It's not a game.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better weather day here from Terre Haute, Indiana. It is Hall of Fame weekend for Rose-Hulman, and you're locked in. RHIT.TV, Tony Nani, Charlie Harris with you for a 1:30 kickoff between Defiance, coming across the state of Indiana from Ohio, here to the banks of the Wabash in Terre Haute, Indiana, as the Fightin' Engineers welcome in Defiance. We have so much to discuss in this pregame show, Charlie. It's one of those games where no longer in the same conference, but still a rivalry is there, and that rivalry continues to build as Rose-Hulman has won 12 straight against Defiance.
Yeah, and in that last game they played, it was a 78-54 shootout at
I thought that was
Defiance.
a basketball score.
Yeah, I know. It's insane. So for today especially, expect a lot of offense, a lot of high scoring. Both of these teams allow a lot of points, up in the higher 30s for points per game they allow. So it's going to be a high-scoring one, and it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, speaking of defense, as you mentioned, let's start right there with Rose-Hulman giving up 39 points per contest. Defiance gives up 36 points per game, and rushing-wise, Defiance gives up a lot of rushing yards on the ground.
Yeah, they give up 195 rushing yards per game, and I think for today, in order to win, it's going to be, can you stop the run, and can you save the energy from your defensive line in that front seven? If your defensive line is worn out by halftime, it's not going to bode well for the second half. You need fresh legs for all four quarters.
Yeah, and defense creates offense, and we talk about this at any level of football. The quicker you can get your defense off of the field and go on a long offensive drive to give your defense that rest, especially when you see these numbers, 39 and 36 points per game. That's a lot of yards given up, and I think it's about the team that can go on the long offensive drives to give their defense as much rest as possible.
Yeah, and for Rose-Hulman, they allow, like you mentioned, 39 points per game. That's the highest in the conference, and they give up on average 455 yards per game. So, and we can talk about it. It's a young team, a lot of new freshmen for Rose-Hulman, but you're going to have to stop the run. You can't allow your defense to get rattled, especially early in this first half.
Yeah, here on RHIT.TV. Don't forget to follow us along on our social media channels. Use the hashtag GoRose. On X at Rose-Hulman FB, on Instagram, the same as well, and RHIT Sports on YouTube and Facebook. Let's keep it right here with Rose-Hulman. This is the team that found their first win at the beginning of October with a victory over Franklin, 24-14. This is their second to last home game of the season. But if you're going to win today for Rose-Hulman, as you mentioned, you have to be able to control the edge as well. And I think we're going to see some big plays and who can make a big stop late.
Yeah, and they're coming off a 37-16 loss against Hanover. Got a bad taste in their mouth. Like you said, only a couple home games left. I know this one's going to mean a lot for them to get back on the right track. Head coach Jeff Sokol, he's been with his program as the head coach since 2011. He knows this program. He knows how to win football games, and I think he's going to come ready to play today.
Yeah, 85 wins for head coach Sokol, one of the top in HCAC football history. And you mentioned this, you go to IU, you know how this is. But 37 freshmen, obviously not all of them are going to get playing time or even dressed, but this is a very young core here at Rose-Hulman.
Yeah, and it's very unusual to have 37 freshmen join your program, and it is not easy. I think if you ask head coach Jeff Sokol, he'll let you know how difficult that can be to get new guys acclimated to the playbook, get them acclimated to college football. And it's impressive the job he's done this year. Maybe they haven't had the level of success that they would like, but they're still winning some football games. They're competitive, and with a group of almost 40 new freshmen, it's impressive what Rose-Hulman has done this season.
Offensively for Rose-Hulman, though, you want to score points, only scoring 18 points per contest. They average 91 rushing yards per game, right at that 200 mark for passing. 41% on third down conversions. I think that's a big key, too. You want to get that up a little bit closer to 50% if you're going to continue drives.
Yeah, and they give up almost 42 points per game. 18.8 points per game offensively. That's not going to cut it. You need your offense to score points, and it helps the defense as well. When your offense goes 3 and out, 2 straight possessions, it makes it so much harder on your defense, not only because you're in tough field position, maybe in your own defensive half time and time again. So if Rose-Hulman wants to win this game, they have to help their defense out by putting consistent drives together, and don't wear your defense out after 3 and out.
As mentioned here from Cook Stadium, Brown Field, on the campus of Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, it is Hall of Fame weekend. The likes of Liz Evans and Marie Stanley as well. Julian Strickland, Matt Trowbridge, all joining the Athletic Hall of Fame here at Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. We will look at our key players in this contest coming up when we return. Kickoff about 10 minutes away right here on RHIT.TV.
Rose Rocketry was founded to put Rose-Hulman on the map for places to go if you're interested in aerospace. Rocketry is a club and a team for anyone interested in any aspect of hobby rocketry, aerospace as a career, or space in general. Rose Rocketry has several different pillars that we try to pursue for all of our members, one of them being the NASA USLI competition. The NASA University Student Launch Initiative is for college students and universities to get experience with high-power rocketry, get experience in creating proposals for NASA. They put us through the same rigorous process as they would all of their contractors. We write proposals, critical design reviews, we write flight readiness reviews, and then we can go and present all of our learnings to the NASA board and they can ask us questions. And having that kind of hands-on experience where you can point to it and say, hey, I want to work at your company. This is what I've done to show that I'm valuable to your company. I've built rockets before. I've written proposals for NASA before. Another part of Rose Rocketry is the research aspect. Because Rose Rocketry's goal is to help students pursue aerospace as a career, we want to try to encourage people in whatever field, in whatever subset of rocketry they are interested in. For example, we have a bunch of students working on what's called Rose Propulsion Laboratory, and we are able to provide them funding, even mentorship. Another aspect would be electric ion propulsion. We have a couple students who are really interested in in-space propulsion specifically. And then there's also SmallSat. Rose SmallSat has the goal of launching a nanosatellite, which is around this big, into orbit within the next 3 to 5 years. And this is a really ambitious project, and it wouldn't be possible without the support of Rose Rocketry. My favorite thing about Rose Rocketry is how open we are. A lot of our people that are the most active are freshmen. And that's fantastic because now these people are learning hands-on engineering skills before they even learn what engineering is.
It's sort of given me a preview of all the engineering that is to come, and it's sort of put me on the fast track of learning mechanical engineering. Failure modes, effects, and analysis, that's not something you really learn as a freshman in your academics, but learning it in Rose Rocketry means I can apply those concepts to my current classes, which really helps me excel academically and prepares me for future classes. One of the goals I have after graduation is to be part of the aerospace industry. Rose Rocketry has helped me prepare for that goal in learning the design process of the aerospace industry and learning the documentation requirements. And it's also given me the opportunity to step into a lot of design areas and a lot of manufacturing areas that I haven't been exposed to before. And I think Rose Rocketry provides that really collaborative and friendly atmosphere. We really learn to work with each other, especially across multiple majors. What's special about Rose is the ability to really get involved. If you have that initiative, you can pursue it. And I think that's exemplified by how joining this team as a freshman, I was able to be elected the vice president. I was able to make a real difference on the team. That experience is something that you really may not find at other universities.
We welcome you to Hall of Fame weekend here on RHIT.TV, the Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, the Fighting Engineers. Welcome in the Yellow Jackets of Defiance as Defiance takes to the field. As we mentioned, Hall of Fame weekend as Rose-Hulman looks for their second win of the season. This young Fighting Engineer squad in their all-gray uniforms with their gray helmets. On the far side, the traveling Defiance Yellow Jackets in their gold helmets, gold pants, and white uniforms. They come in with a record on the season. They haven't won against Rose-Hulman in 12 straight contests, and they are 2-4 here on the season. No longer part of the HCAC, and they're now in the NAIA, which is different. They've changed it up, but looking to maybe gain some closer competition. Obviously, these drives across the Midwest can become a lot.
Yeah. First time in the NAIA since 1990 for Defiance, so kind of a new era for Defiance College, and they come on the road. They're coming off a 14-45 loss against 20th ranked St. Xavier, so they got to also, two teams got blown out last week. Both have bad taste in their mouth. They want to play some good football near the latter half of the regular season.
Yeah, you see the team captains there. Great job by David getting us onto the field here as we get ready for the coin toss. And let's take a look at today's player spotlights, and we'll start with the Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, the Fighting Engineers, again looking for their second win of the season. And Jay Smith is a guy that we are going to mention here early and often on the season. As you see it right here, we'll start with Jay Smith, 116 carries, 510 yards. He's a workhorse. He likes to get around the edge.
Yeah, he's going to be huge, especially inside the red zone. They look for Jay Smith, especially on short yardage situations. He's their go-to guy. And like you mentioned, 116 attempts. He's gotten 531 rushing yards so far on the season, 5 touchdowns. They look for him a lot offensively. He's going to play a huge role in kind of breaking down the defensive line of Defiance College.
And a receiving target for Rick Easterwood for Rose-Hulman is Daniel Heary, the fifth-year senior out of Houston, Texas. And this guy can go up and grab the football, make plays for you downfield.
Yeah, certainly. Very athletic. He leads this team in receptions and in yards. 62 receiving yards per game. He's going to be the number one target on the outside for the quarterback, Rick Easterwood. Expects a lot of big playability from Daniel Hurry.
And then on the other side, you got twin brothers. Look, there's a certain type of chemistry you want from the quarterback wide receiver position. But when they're twins, that chemistry is there naturally.
Yeah, it's there already, and both of those guys are going to make a huge impact. Obviously, both brothers with the Defiance offense. Quarterback Jelani is a top 10 rusher at 65 yards per contest, and he can throw the ball as well. He's a very impressive dual-threat quarterback and puts a lot of pressure on those middle linebackers in that defensive line when he escapes from the pocket.
Yeah, Jelani Warren, 913 yards through the air on the season, 7 touchdowns, averages 152. Through the air, on the ground, average is 65. He is a dual-threat quarterback, so Rose-Hulman defensively will have an eye and a spy on number 2, Jelani Warren. As Rose-Hulman kicks it off after winning the toss, they'd elected to defer. It's a short push kick, and it's going to go out of bounds, and that's where Defiance will take over. So maybe a little trickery there. Didn't quite get the bounce, and Defiance will start this first possession today with pretty good field position.
I'm interested if that kick was meant to be kind of a shallower kick on purpose, and maybe you try to make a run for the ball and catch Defiance off guard, or if that was just a missed kick. I'm not sure.
We've all done that on Madden a few times.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes on these kickoffs, you're more worried. It's kind of like in baseball. You're more worried about where the ball's going to land as opposed to watching it.
So
they'll add 5 yards to it going out of bounds. It would have been brought all the way up if it was deeper. But, again, that's where they will take over. So the Wood special here, the twin brothers, other options as well on this team. Cameron Turner, he has 208 yards rushing on the season, wide receiver-wise, as we mentioned. Jalen Warren averages 52 per contest. He has 2 touchdowns, and we'll see the brothers, Jalen and Jelani, going back and forth many times here this afternoon. Both defenses averaging over 35 points per contest. Man in motion, shotgun snap. Quick handoff on the wide receiver sweep. And the first play of the game for Defiance goes for 6.
Yeah, Devion Williams on the jet sweep. And I like that. You kind of get some misdirection, build some confidence on the ground. It doesn't have to be a run up the middle. I like that play call for the first play of the game.
Yeah, so you can check out the offensive starters here for Defiance on your screen. And they'll show you some different out of the shotgun dual threat type of situations. Quick run here on second down. Gets across the 50-yard line into plus territory. Mark at the 49. So a 3rd down and 1 here for Defiance.
Defiance, they run the ball 35 times per game on average. So very run-heavy team.
So it is 3rd down as Rose-Hulman comes to their feet.
They're loading the box.
Three wide set. Plenty of time on the play clock. It's down to 10.
It looks like man coverage.
See if they go to the air or they run it here on 3rd and 1. Quarterback keeper the entire way. Woods has it. Plenty of space. Isn't touched till the 35-yard line. Spins forward, and he's tackled at the 31. So on a 3rd down and 1, it's a pickup of 18 for the first down.
Jelani Warren got plenty of blocks, able to get loose up the middle. And it's always a good sign. If you have space directly up the middle, your offensive line is doing something right, and they're setting the tone.
Yeah, so they're going to go quickly here. Play action, going to the end zone, taking a shot on 1st down to the sideline. Incomplete. There was some contact, no flag, but great defensive coverage there right at the end zone for Rose-Hulman.
Yeah, tried to blow that thing open. And it was a good throw down the sideline near the pylon in the end zone. And when you get a big play on the run, it kind of opens up the passing game because the defense is so focused on another run and almost
might have been
squeezing
some
a touchdown.
contact there. Wasn't called, but you have to like on 1st down after getting the 1st down on 3rd and 1 going to the air there, taking a shot.
I like the aggressiveness early in the first quarter.
Opening drive for Defiance. Shotgun handoff. Met at the line of scrimmage and stuffed. Keeps the legs churning to get back to the line of scrimmage, but a great defensive push there for Rose-Hulman, and that's Austin Hastings. Picks up the tackle, the 6-foot freshman from Noblesville.
Able to stay on his feet after contact. Nice, strong run for a couple of yards.
We talked about the depth on this Rose-Hulman defense especially. They just subbed 6 different players in, keeping those legs fresh, especially here on another 3rd down, a 3rd down and long. Mark it 3rd and 11. Shotgun snap. Alone in the backfield is Williams. 5 wide receiver set. His brother in the slot to his left. Shotgun snap under pressure. Lob to the end zone. Up for grabs. And it is incomplete. So they take a shot deep on 3rd and 10.
Man.
Had an opportunity, and it falls incomplete. That'll bring up a 4th and 10 from the 32. It's a 49-yard field goal attempt from here. Looks like they'll keep the offense on the field.
Just a phenomenal throw. Maybe a little short, but gave them an opportunity to go up and grab it. And those are 2 plays that they tried to throw it deep in the end zone and just couldn't connect. And they'll find that eventually, though.
Great job by Williams there, keeping the play going after that defensive push. Showing blitz here is Rose-Hulman. Man in motion is Williams. His brother, the quarterback, rolls out to the right side. Under pressure. Lobs it deep, and it's going to be out of... Ooh, he caught it, but he was out of bounds. His feet were in, but his shoulders were down. And Rose-Hulman's defense comes up with the first stop. This is what we talked about as a key at the beginning of the game. Who can get off the field and not allow points on the boards. Great stop here by the Fighting Engineers defense.
Yeah, great job defensively. But I know, first of all, that could have been a catch. But I like the big play ability. Obviously, it was a turnover on downs, but to see him escape the pocket, make a throw on the run, put pressure on the DBs, impressive first drive from Defiance's offense.
So that first drive, 4 rushing attempts for 27 yards. They did not complete any passes, and the 4th and 10 pass goes incomplete. First possession here goes for Rose-Hulman. Quick run up the middle, and a nice burst out of the backfield goes to Jay Smith, the sophomore from Evansville, and he picks up 4 on the opening play. You see the offensive starters here for the Fighting Engineers.
I think in this first quarter for both teams, establishing the run is going to be very important.
Rollout pass over the head of the intended target, and it falls incomplete, so a 3rd and 4 coming up after gaining 6. This is your defensive starters here for the Yellow Jackets of Defiance. So a 3rd and 4 from the 37, Rose-Hulman's first possession here in the first quarter. Less than 3 minutes gone by. Shotgun snap, Easterwood. Quick screen pass, caught. Bounces after the contact. They're going to call it complete, and then down. He may got back to the original line of scrimmage, no more. It'll be a 4th and 10, so a quick 3 and out here. Rose-Hulman with the football for no more than 45 seconds.
Yeah, Rick Easterwood, 2 not very good throws. This most recent one kind of at the feet. The one before that over the hands. Not really settled in offensively.
And you really don't want to get yourself into situations where you're throwing across your body and your feet aren't set, and we saw that. So here's Andrew Toller, one of the best punters not only in the country but in school history as well. And it looks like we have 12 men on the field here for Defiance. Looks like one will run off. So Andrew Toller leads all players in Division III this season in yards per punt at 48. He's a 2-time HCAC Player of the Week. 19 punts with 5 over 50 yards, including a 70-yard bomb, which is the 2nd largest in the last 40 years of Rose-Hulman football. So tack on 5 yards after the illegal substitution. 12 men on the field for Defiance. It'll become a 4th and 4. Woods deep at the 19-yard line, ready for Toller's boot. Blocker in the backfield. Good snap. Boots it from the 25. It's a good one. It'll take a bounce inside the 20. It'll be fielded at the 15. Woods looks for a block, gets one, tries to cut back, still on his feet at the 20, breaks out of another tackle, and he'll be dragged down at the 24-yard line. So a nice, decent flip of the field position there for Rose-Hulman. 11 to go in the first quarter.
A nice return, trying to bounce it to the outside. Nice athletic punt return, but like you mentioned, that was a heck of a punt. Kicked that inside the 20, but it was returned. But
yeah, so a nice boot there. Andrew Toller, one of the best in school history. And the second possession of this first quarter for Defiance will start on their own 24-yard line.
So let's see if Defiance can find some short, quick throws just to get your quarterback settled in and confident before you go for that big play again. They got 5 receivers.
Yeah, Woods alone in the backfield. Quick screen pass caught at the 20-yard line. Tackled immediately. Ball on the ground, but they're going to call it down. So the fumble comes loose, but they ruled him down, and the screen pass goes to Vashon Palmer for a pickup of a short yardage gain. It'll be 2nd down and 7. So it was a 49-yard punt officially by Toller. Man in motion. Quick here on the wide receiver sweep. Good enough for a first down to the 42-yard line, and it's Vashon Palmer once again.
Yeah, they went with that same play they did on the first play of the drive.
And they're going to go tempo. As you mentioned, we saw this on this first drive. They're going quickly here. It is a 1st and 10 after moving to sticks. Quick screen pass again. Caught at the 40. First man misses. Tackled at the line of scrimmage, and we will have a penalty flag flying in from the backfield.
Now, despite the penalty, I like the tempo Defiance is playing at. Kind of gets your offense rolling, builds some confidence, and you can start to get flowing with short passes and quick runs.
Davion Williams with the catch, but we're going to have a penalty. That'll bring it back. So we'll have a replay of first down as the penalty marker flew at the 40-yard line. So both teams offensively struggling to get going. Defensively, though, Defiance with the hold, Rose Holman with a hold.
Yeah, and coming into this, we talked how important defense was going to be. And so far, so good for both sides. I mean, the last time these two teams played, it was 78-54.
Yeah. Still plenty to go in this first quarter, 10-12 to be exact. Clock runs after the penalty. 1st and 19 from the 33. They got to get across midfield to the 48 for the first down. Quick handoff out of the backfield. Spins out of a few tackles, and he's going to be drugged down right at the 50. So a nice burst out of the backfield there on first down, and it's a pickup of about 17 to set up a second down and short.
How about Cameron Turner? Explodes up the middle. He's kind of that second option running back.
They'll give it to him again. Gets the edge, right side, gets right to the sticks. I think it'll be enough for a first down. Move the chains. So 2 runs for 21 yards. That'll move the chains after the penalty.
And this is a Defiance offense that only averages 3.9 yards per carry.
We talk about, how young Rose Holman is. You look at the freshman side of the football offensively for Defiance. Cam Turner is a freshman. Christian Booker, Davion Williams, who's out there, Caleb Johnson, all freshmen. Handoff again, right side. Turner keeps the legs churning. He's out of bounds for a pickup of about 6. That'll set a 2nd and 4 coming up here, but continuing to gain positive yards each play for Defiance.
Yeah, and after a penalty, doesn't matter. You run the football, you get a first down on 2nd and long. And I think if they keep running the ball, it's going to eventually open up that big pass play. Maybe you mix in a play action and try to go for the end zone. Maybe something across the middle.
So 2nd and 5, ball on the 43. In motion, thought about it. Quarterback keeper Williams has it, looks for a block, runs backwards, breaks out of a tackle, crosses the 45, tiptoes his way to the 40, and it looks like they're going to mark him out just short of that, so it'll be at the 44-yard line. So he might have actually lost one by stepping out of bounds there. It'll be 3rd and 6 coming up for Defiance.
That dual threat ability. Didn't get as many yards as he would have liked, but Jelani Warren, man.
Tried to tiptoe it down the sidelines there, but stepped out. So it'll be a 3rd and 6, ball on the 43. 4 wide receiver set. Williams, quarterback keeper the entire way, tries to get the edge, loses his balance, and falls forward to the 40 for a pickup of 3. But it'll be a 4th down and about 3.5, and I think they'll try to punt it here to pin Rose Holman's offense deep.
Once again, a nice defensive stop in the first quarter.
So Matthew Bolanos will come out to kick it here for Defiance. Eli Silva will wait at the 5. Here's the boot. It'll take a bounce and roll. Picked up at the 5, and it'll just simply go out of bounds. So nice job there of grabbing the football and running out of bounds with it to keep it not in the back of the end zone or right at the goal line.
It's going to be a lot of work to do inside the 10-yard line now for Rose Holman's offense. And this is a situation where Defiance can capitalize. I mean, if you get a 3 and out, you'll have the ball probably at the 50-yard line, maybe inside that. Maybe try to blitz, get a sack.
Yeah, we'll see if the Yellow Jackets, as you mentioned, can get some defensive pressure in the backfield.
They can afford to be aggressive.
Handoff, left side, breaks out of the first tackle and gets it pushed forward to about the 14-yard line. So a pickup of about 5 yards there to give yourself a little bit more breathing room and get this drive started for Rose Holman offensively on a positive note. It'll be a 2nd down and 5 officially. They'll go quick. No huddle. Defiance shows blitz, man in motion. Quarterback keeper breaks out of one tackle, breaks out of another, slides. It's going to be marked down at the 15-yard line. So he maybe picked up one there. Nonetheless, a 3rd and 3 coming up for Rose Holman. And we saw how quickly their offense was off the field on their first possession. You're going to want to obviously get a first down here and give your defense a little bit of a rest.
And I don't think this is 4-down territory. If they don't get a first down, they will punt. So I think you send some pressure, get after the running back in the backfield.
Speaking of Yellow Jackets,
yeah,
we got a few up in the booth with us. Quick handoff, spins left side, That is Jay Smith, and let's see where they mark it. I think he's going to be just enough to move the sticks, and it's the first down offensively here for Rose-Hulman. Much needed first down by Jay Smith.
Gives that chain gang something to do for the offense, and big confidence booster for Rick Easterwood.
So Easterwood out of the shotgun. He'll hand it back off Smith. He's met immediately. His forward progress pushes him up for a yard, and he gains 1 on first down. So a 2nd and 9 coming up here. You don't want to become too one-dimensional, but we also saw Easterwood in that opening drive throw some passes across field. You really want to get him comfortable in the pocket, set those feet, and be able to deliver reliable passes.
And we haven't seen that just yet. Still getting acclimated, still trying to move the chains, but he's going to have to find that passing game sooner rather than later.
So 2nd and 8 on the 21, just past the halfway point, first quarter. Handoff again. Smith tries to get the edge, spins forward after the initial contact, and picks up about 5. So that'll make it a 3rd down and short here. They'll need to get to the 29-yard line to move the chains.
Another 3rd and short. See if they go with a run again here.
This entire drive so far, which has moved the sticks once, has been all via the ground. Easterman out of shotgun. Another handoff. Smith met immediately, tries to spin out of it, and he's tackled for no gain. So it'll be a 4th down and 3 here, and once again, you're going to be forced to punt it.
Yeah, that was a run-pass option. Easterwood elected to hand the ball off to Jay King, but he had a receiver to his right with some space in the flat, but
so Toller will boot it from about the 10-yard line. 1 punt already in this first quarter, went for 49 yards. He'll look to try to flip that field position once again. Bashawn Palmer ready for the return for Defiance at his own 30-yard line. Good snap, good boot, plenty of hang time. It'll be fielded. Going backwards to the 20, breaks out of 1 tackle. Palmer with the football spins, and a nice job there by Andrew Toller to allow his coverage to get deep with that hang time. And Defiance will start their 3rd possession of the first quarter from the 22-yard line.
Talk about a dangerous return. A defender coming straight at his chest, and then you turn around, catch it over the shoulder, and still get a few yards.
So Toller, a nice job there to send it and set up Defiance's next possession from the 22-yard line here on RHIT.TV. Scoreless. 3:57 to go, first quarter. First down and 10. Williams, handoff, met immediately, shakes out of 1, tries to make something out of nothing. It'll be ultimately a loss of 2 on the handoff there to Cam Turner.
Nicely done by the interior lineman from Rose-Hulman. Staying aggressive.
That punt for Toller, good for 53 yards and a return of just 2. So 2 punts so far in his first quarter. He's averaging 51 yards per boot. 2nd and 12 after the loss of 2. Out of shotgun. Williams looks. Plenty of time. Rolls out. Floats it in the air. Ooh! And a nice hit there.
It's a hospital ball.
Yeah, forces the incompletion. Ball falls to the turf. It'll be 3rd down as Antonio Barnes from Highland, Indiana,
Nothing like
in on the coverage.
Nothing like overthrowing your receiver with a middle linebacker coming straight at you.
Yeah,
3rd and long. Let's see if Rose-Hulman comes with an outside blitz. Something to throw some confusion on Jelani Warren.
Yeah, 6 in the box, 4 wide receiver set, 1 man in the backfield, man in motion. Warren has it. He'll keep it the entire way, has some space, breaks out of 1 tackle, gets it to the 30-yard line, but he'll be about 4 yards shy. Will Warren, on the quarterback keeper, and Rose-Hulman's defense steps up once again to force the 3rd punt for Defiance.
And yep, they are going to punt. It looks like, it says 4th and 3. Not quite 4-down territory. I mean, Rose-Hulman's offense hasn't amounted to a lot, so why go for it on your own 31 when Rose-Hulman's offense hasn't proved anything yet?
Both offenses very stagnant here in this first quarter. And set to punt it here is Bolanos. He gets a spiral kick off. It's going to take a bounce at about the 35. into the hands of a Rose-Hulman up back, and he's off to the races. Tries to get the edge, and he'll go out at the 39-yard line. So a nice pickup there on the scoop for one of the returners there. That was Elijah Silva, and he gets it out to the 40. So decent field position here for Rose-Hulman as they look to continue to move the sticks. Only one first down here in this first quarter.
Yeah, it's going to be the best field position they've started with. And now that you're not backed up inside your own 10, Rick Easterwood and crew should be able to get this across midfield after a couple of 3-and-outs and a couple of punts already.
So Easterwood with 2 incompletions on his first drive. They did nothing but run the football on the second drive. They'll keep it here with Smith. He's met it immediately. Might have got past the line of scrimmage for a pickup of 1. 2nd and 9 it'll set up as we reach the 2-minute mark here of this first quarter.
And Richard Pope, the D lineman, tried to force a fumble. And Richard Pope, that's a name we'll get to in a bit. He is a playmaker on the defense for Defiance.
2nd and 9 after the pickup of 1 by Smith. He's in the backfield with Easterwood, and Easterwood out of shotgun will throw. Pump fakes, throws it across his body, caught at about the 50-yard line and pushed out of bounds for a first down. So a nice pitch and catch there. The first completion of the afternoon goes to Chase Wilkinson, the 5th-year senior, with his first catch of the night.
Gets the juices flowing offensively, gets the crowd involved a little bit. And that's the best play we've seen from Rose-Hulman thus far.
Into plus territory. Easterwood will throw it again across the middle, and it's dropped. He got drilled.
Ooh.
And an absolute shimmy of a hit there defensively for Defiance to result in the incompletion.
That was Tyshawn Woodson, the freshman linebacker. Went to Lawrence North.
Those linebackers dream of those hits when they're coming across the middle.
Yeah, you see the replay. He was fired up, too.
Yeah. Put him out to dry there, and it's an incomplete pass with 1:21 to go in the first quarter.
Maybe an audible here for Rose-Hulman.
Yep. We got 5 seconds left on the play clock here. They're going to have to go quickly. It's down to 3. They just barely get it off. Easterwood, quick screen pass, caught by Smith out of the backfield to the 40. Their forward progress to the 39. So we'll have a 3rd down and about 4 coming up here for Rose-Hulman. I know it's early here, Charlie, but I think this is 4-down territory.
Oh, I think so.
You need to establish some offensive momentum.
That was a good play call. That was the receiver initially blocking the D-line and then comes off the block. He's wide open in the flat. Nice play.
Under a minute to play, 3rd and 4, and we're going to have a false start. So that 4-down territory we talked about, you're going to have to gain some yards here on 3rd and now 9 from your 44.
Yeah, it's disappointing. You complete a few passes, move the chains a few times, and then a penalty puts you at 3rd and long.
Yeah, and you don't want to hurt yourself like this with a false start. Still an opportunity here to gain some yardage. Clock running under 50 seconds. I think regardless of what you do on this play, you will take it after this to the end of the first quarter as we are under 40 seconds to play. Opening period from Terre Haute, fighting Engineers with the football in a scoreless battle. Easterwood hands it off to Smith. Smith running. He's got plenty of room. He's to the 30, stays on his feet. He's going to go out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So a pickup there on the delayed draw, enough for the first down.
A beautiful play design. Easterwood took 2 steps to his left. Maybe it seemed like he was running to the outside. Boom, all of a sudden he hands it off to Jay Smith. And a great run and a momentum shifter for the Fighting Engineers.
Yeah, 26 yards there on the run down to the 26-yard line. Man in motion, 1st and 10. They're going to go quickly. Easterwood throws a slant pass. It is caught at the sticks. First down again for Rose-Hulman. And Colton Nanko with his first completion of the afternoon, his first catch, and it goes for a first down. And we have reached the end of the first quarter here from Terre Haute. We are scoreless, and of course we want to thank all of our awesome sponsors here for sponsoring fall football on RHIT.TV. Reynolds Farm Equipment, the leading equipment dealer since 1955. Passion to Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. Boilermakers Local 374 represents highly skilled, highly motivated workers in the fields of construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. Wheeler Mission, for over 125 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. Log on to sign up for this year's Drumstick Dash. Burtner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. Morales Group, we're in business to create a better future for you and your family. McKinley Wrights Financial, inspiring people to repeatedly take action on their financial goals. And, of course, the IndianaSRN sports page for all the updates from coast to coast. Click IndianaSRN.org. A defensive battle here. Tony Donahue, Charlie Harros with you, but inside the red zone for the first time for Rose-Hulman on a first down run. They've done a great job of not only mixing up the run and the pass, but continuing to stay in front of the sticks.
And they got it into the hands of their playmakers. Jay Smith on that 3rd and long got them into the red zone in a big play to set Rose-Hulman up, almost about to punch this one in.
Yeah, Fighting Engineers looking to strike first. First down, across the middle, caught, touchdown, Fighting Engineers. They are on the board first with a slant pass from 26 yards out. It's Colton Nanko, his second catch of the afternoon, and his second touchdown of the season, goes for 6.
How about that? He's one of the best receivers on this team, second in yards. And yeah, like you mentioned, second touchdown of the season. Just ran a simple post on the left hash.
Took one play into the second quarter to find our first scoring of the afternoon. You're watching college football right here on RHIT.TV.
If there is one thing wrong in your aircraft, you're gonna fail. Finding the right answer and trying again, that's really what dragged me to aerospace. This is a 3D printed airplane which I made over my freshman year at Rose-Hulman that can be radio controlled and flown. I saw other people making amazing stuff on 3D printers, and I thought if I combine that art of 3D printing with engineering, I could make something as complex as an airplane. So I got the idea as a sophomore in high school, and I just tried. I did it. I failed a couple times, but it all changed when I came to Rose-Hulman. I got in touch with Dr. Riley, who is an aerospace and ME professor, who really asked me great questions about the concepts of my design. So pursuing such project as a freshman, it just lets me feel amazing that I have still 3 years to do something much more complex than this, and it will lead me much further.
Fighting Engineers strike first. Here's another pooch kick up in the air. It's going to take a bounce and go out of bounds. So they've tried this kick twice in an attempt to maybe get a bounce back. So it'll be at 5 yards added on. I believe the football went out at the 41-yard line. Nanko from 14 yards here with the first touchdown catch of the afternoon.
And how about that throw behind the linebackers? Just perfectly placed football. And after a rocky first 2 drives from Easterwood, he just stepped up in the pocket, delivered a strike.
Yeah, it's a greatly thrown ball, too. You see the 2 defenders there. If that ball is overthrown or underthrown, it could have been intercepted. But Easterwood does a great job of hitting him right on the numbers to cap off. One of the best drives that we've seen so far this year for Rose-Hulman, and it goes for 6. As we just started the second quarter here on RHIT.TV from Terre Haute. Defiance will take over from the 45-yard line after the kickoff out of bounds. Man in motion. Warren hands it off, and a great job there in the backfield for a big-time tackle and a tackle for loss on first down.
Yeah, probably saw that one on film. Knew exactly what was coming. Tackle for loss.
Andrew Jansen, the freshman, in the backfield, and does a great job of untouched pursuit and a loss of 6 there, second down and 16. And we talk about momentum offensively turning into defense momentum. So far, Rose-Hulman's defense has held strong.
Rose-Hulman's defense done a really good job so far early on.
So they'll look to throw out of the pocket, throws to the left side. It's caught at the 50-yard line. The snag here by number 19 for Defiance. That is Xavion Williams. And they'll go quickly here. They're at midfield, a 3rd down and 5.
And coming into this game, Davion Williams had just 5 catches on the season. Already has 3 today.
Under pressure, tries to sneak out of it, can't, stays on his feet.
Wow.
Spins out, goes with the stiff arm, and only loses 2. So a great job there by Jelani Warren. Gets maybe back to the 49-yard line, but he broke out of 3 or 4 tackles there.
That was almost
impressive.
Gave the head coach a heart attack probably, but very athletic play. For 95% of quarterbacks, that's a 10-yard loss. Not for Jelani Warren.
So 2 deep back for Rose-Hulman. Here's the punt from the 35. Shanks off the side of the foot, and it's going to go out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. They're going to mark it. Let's see here. Still walking up. It's going to be past the 30-yard line. They're going to mark it out of bounds. Still going at the 37-yard line. So the last drive, 7 plays, 61 yards, 2 minutes, 23 seconds. You really had to like what you saw there out of Rose-Hulman's offense going 2-dimensional.
Yeah, there was no confusion. They had the plays they want. They were comfortable in their offense. And if you can score a touchdown in 7 plays in just 2.5 minutes, that's impressive, especially after a shaky first quarter.
So the Rose-Hulman women's soccer team with a 1-0 lead right now. About 3-0 now. They've scored twice since the start of this one. They are at halftime. That's about, what'd you say, Jerry, about 1,000 yards to our right here going on. So good day so far for Rose-Hulman. Both defenses holding tough. Nice run here by Jay Smith. The cross past the sticks gets to the 49-yard line, and a pickup there on first down of 13 yards.
Yeah, this Defiance defense, they give up a lot of yards on the ground. Starting to kind of loosen up that defensive line.
They go quick here. Back to Smith. Gets past the 50-yard line into plus territory. They'll mark it a gain of 2 at the 49-yard line. But I think what we talked about here, Rose-Hulman offensively, is continuing to gain positive yardage on first and second down. They've done that here to start this drive, and, of course, they did it last drive, which ended in 6.
And Jay Smith, the running back, is going to have a lot more touches today. And under Jeff Sokol, when Rose-Hulman scores first, they're 58-17.
Slant route here, caught. Good enough to get past the sticks of the first down to the 40-yard line. So number 13, Colton Nanko, with his 3rd catch of the afternoon. So they'll pass it again, left side caught at the 30. That's enough for a first down, and once again, call his name again, Colton Nanko.
A nice out route towards the sideline. And Rose-Hulman starting to control the tempo of this game, kind of dictating the flow.
So first down, screen pass, right side, caught in the backfield, off to the races, passes the first down, cuts back, spins to the 15-yard line. And a nice job there on the screen pass and yards after the catch. Good enough for a first down, Daniel Heary.
Defiance, their defense just has no answer right now. It's chunk play after chunk play on this drive.
So 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Quick screen. Right side had the wheel route, and if he catches it in stride, it's probably a touchdown, but Easterwood underthrows him, and it bounces to the turf. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 17.
And that was a fake screen pass to a wheel route. A great play design, just underthrown. Would have been a walk-in touchdown.
So the offensive flow here, though, for the Fighting Engineers has gotten going late in the first quarter, and now 3 and change into the second quarter. Delayed draw, Smith gets back to the line of scrimmage before he's stuffed. Pick up about 2 on the forward progress. So a 3rd down and 8 coming up here for Rose-Hulman. They're looking to add to a 7-0 lead, and we have a Defiance player down via the injury at the 15-yard line. So the second trip here inside the red zone for Rose-Hulman, looking for points again. It's been all Nanko here in this first half. He has 4 catches, including that 14-yard touchdown strike. But Defiance came out tempo-wise offensively, and Rose-Hulman has proven, hey, we can match that.
Yeah.
We can ride with you. They've been going quickly and moving and staying in front of the sticks.
That first drive from Defiance, there was a lot of promise on that. They were running the ball well. Jelani Warren was dicing it out of the pocket. They just couldn't get that big throw in the end zone. They had 2 opportunities for a touchdown on their very first drive, and they ended up turning the ball over on downs. And since that point, Rose-Hulman has got it figured out.
Yeah, this is a Rose-Hulman team, as you and I talked about in the outset of this one, averaging 39 points given up defensively so far through the first quarter and some change. They've held Defiance scoreless as they continue on this drive.
And it's not easy to do against Jelani Warren.
Shotgun snap. Easterwood looks across the middle, and he kind of hung out his intended receiver there to dry, and off the fingertips it goes of Chase Wilkinson, incomplete. That'll set up a 4th down and 9 from the 17, and they will bring in the field goal unit.
Chase Wilkinson, some alligator arms. He heard some footsteps coming his way and just kind of stretched his arms out. Didn't really go for the ball 100%, although it's a tough catch anyways.
Kyle Reberg with the field goal attempt from 33 yards out. Good snap. Ball is down. Boot is up. And this one is right through the uprights. So 10 unanswered for the Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers to take a 10-0 advantage with 10:34 to go. Another long drive that ends in points for the Fighting Engineers.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all their reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
9 plays, 47-yard drive there. Back-to-back possessions for the Fighting Engineers. They put points on the board here on RHIT.TV. Tony Donahue, Charlie Harris with you. 10-0 Fighting Engineers. After kind of a slow start offensively, Charlie, they've really found their rhythm here in the last 2 drives.
That touchdown drive only took 2.5 minutes, and then after that, another quick drive to get 3 more points. And Defiance is in a position here where it's either you score or you let Rose-Hulman continue to build on this lead, as there's that same chip kick.
And it'll be fielded by the upback at the 36-yard line. So I don't know what they're trying to get there. Maybe downfield to maybe get a batted ball. But this is now on 3 kickoffs for Rose-Hulman. They've given Defiance pretty decent field position. This drive will start at the 36-yard line. Rose-Hulman defensively has been able to get in the backfield and not allow the Warren brothers to get going here in this first half.
Yeah, certainly. And Jelani Warren, after that loss, he wasn't great in that game. He was 11 of 31, 87 passing yards, and 4 interceptions last week.
The tell of the tape here so far in this first half has been 9 Rose-Hulman offensive first downs. Defiance with just 3. And Rose-Hulman here on their pursuit. Ball might have came loose. Rose-Hulman says they have it. We'll wait for the official signal. And then it looks like the official's going to mark him down. No fumble.
That's the second time Rose-Hulman thought they had a fumble. I guess 3rd time's the charm.
So Rose-Hulman with the pursuit in the backfield for a loss of 2 yards. And just 3.6 the average here. That'll go down a little bit after that loss of 2 on the run here for Defiance. They'll go to the air. Warren has it. Shakes out of it. Quarterback keeper with the burst of speed. He'll be marked just short of the first down, but on a 2nd and 12, he picks up 7. That'll set up a 3rd down and 5.
And while that's an impressive run, it's not sustainable. You're going to have to find your receivers and find an offensive rhythm instead of relying on a quarterback scramble, which won't always work.
It's going to be 3rd down. 9:28 to go, 3rd and 5. Handoff, delayed draw, picks up the first down into plus territory. And a nice job there on the 3rd down run. Goes for plenty for the first down. And into plus territory goes Defiance.
That's the freshman running back.
Jeremy Brown Jr. with a nice run. And Rose Holman had stopped Defiance on 3 straight third downs. That time, Defiance gets the best of a man in motion. Here goes Palmer. First down. Play action. Throws left side to the sidelines. Caught, but feet were down. They're going to call it a catch. I thought that he was out of bounds. Nonetheless, the ref right on top of it calls him inbounds, and a nice pitch and catch there on first down. They move the sticks once again.
It was a comeback route. It looked like a go route to the end zone. Immediately comes back to the sideline, and he threw it over the DB. High pointed it.
So another draw here for Jelani Warren, and he gets 10 yards right to the sticks. It'll move it again. So offensively here, Defiance going quickly, finding some momentum for the second time today. They're in the red zone.
Yeah, that last play, a big-time throw from Jelani Warren. Responds right back with a powerful run. And they are threatening in the red zone now.
So that was a 20-yard rush, which said the 14-yard pass. Now another run of 10 for a second down and short from the 15. Man in motion. Warren looks, pump fakes, fires, left side, caught at the 8-yard line, tackled at the 7. So on 2nd and 1, it's enough on the first down to the senior, Vashon Palmer.
And I like Jelani Warren. He stayed in the pocket there, made a nice strong throw, waited for his progressions to develop, and he found a nice curl route for a few yards.
Dorsey on the tackle there for Rose Holman. First and goal from the 8, 7:20 to play. 10-0 Fighting Engineers. Handoff, backfield. Keeps the legs churning to the end zone. They're going to mark him just short. So it'll be a second down and goal on the draw play, and that was the big man Jeremy Brown Jr. getting it right down to the goal line. They'll go quick here. 7 minutes to play, first half.
I think you give it back to Jeremy Brown.
And Warren will keep it himself, and he's in for the touchdown.
How about that?
So the quarterback sneak works. Warren finds the end zone for the 4th time this season via the ground, and a nice answer here from the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah. After going down 10-0, their offense was pretty stagnant the last few drives. You respond with a touchdown right through the throat of Rose Holman. Impressive offensive drive in the second quarter.
So extra point pending here on the best drive we've seen this afternoon from Defiance, and they cut it to a 3-point deficit with the extra, no good. It went wide left. The extra point is no good with 6:54 to play in this first half. Rose Holman has a 4-point advantage on RHIT.TV.
A good engineer, a good mathematician, a good scientist can identify problems.
But in order to be a great scientist or engineer, you've got to have curiosity and you've got to have creativity, and that's what's going to set you apart.
You can't teach curiosity. You just need to encourage your students to be curious. Curious in anything that they do. Curious so that it brings out the innovations, the new ideas.
With 6:54 to go here in the first half on RHIT.TV, Defiance finds the end zone for the first time. A Jelani Warren 1-yard quarterback keeper. The extra point was indeed missed. 10-6, which impressive drive there for Defiance with the answer as Rose Holman put up 10 straight on him.
Yeah, great response from Defiance. And by the looks of it, their offense wasn't in great position after the first quarter, but impressive by Jelani Warren, able to will his team.
And that quick tempo that we've seen for Defiance had Rose Holman's defense kind of on the ropes there throughout that entire drive. So here's the kickoff, the first of the afternoon for Defiance. It'll be fielded by the up back at the 12-yard line. Shakes out of one tackle, passes the 30. We have a penalty marker for the 45, gets to midfield before he's tackled. But I think we'll have a hold. This one will come back. Nonetheless, a great return there by Rose Holman. That's number 19, Elijah Silva, but that'll be coming back on the holding penalty back here at the 32-yard line.
Such a shame. A Beautiful kick return. Gets you to midfield, but penalties.
At halftime, we'll talk to the VP of Student Affairs, Eric Hayes, here at Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. All right, Charlie, put your coaching cap on here. You obviously want to score points, 6:42 to go. Defiance has came back a little bit with some momentum. You don't want to go 3 and out. How do you play this 6:42 knowing you're not necessarily up against the clock, but you also want to eliminate one possession for Defiance by going on a long drive here as we see the touchdown run?
I think you keep establishing the run. Find Jay King. Let him wear down this defensive line, because when it comes third, fourth quarter, you want this defensive line to be fatigued, and that starts with run after run down the field early in the first half. Let's see if they run the football.
So Rose-Hulman has scored on their last 2 possessions. Smith on the quick handoff picks up 3. Couple quick game stats for you. Rose-Hulman with 9 offensive first downs. They have 60 rushing yards on the afternoon. They've completed 8 passes for 74 yards. As the quarterback, Rick Esterwood, is 8 of 12. He'll delay handoff here to Smith. Smith gets a little bit of running room to the 29-yard line. It'll be a 3rd down and 2 here, ball on the 29-yard line.
All right, Defiance able to force a 3rd down.
That was the 4th penalty on Rose-Hulman for a total of 25 yards. Obviously, a couple of those penalties coming on the first 2 kickoffs. So really only 2 penalties on the offensive defense. Draw here, right side, tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, pushes forward right to the sticks, and it's enough for a first down. That's Joseph Alexion, the sophomore, for the first down.
Just 3 runs. Nice gritty offense with 5.5 left in the second quarter, and I think Rose-Hulman will want to take as much time as they can.
So Rose-Hulman running their 30th offensive play here of the first half. Delayed draw again, tackled around the shoulders, short of the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1 on the carry. It'll be a 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, the run defense hasn't been too bad from Defiance in the first half.
I obviously think, knowing that Rose-Hulman is going to get the second half kickoff, you want to play this 5 minutes. You're more so trying to bring as much time off of that clock as possible. They'll go play action on 2nd and 11. Throws left side. It is caught and then pushed out of bounds. We will see where the forward progress marks him. They're going to mark him at about the 39-yard line. So a nice catch there.
And I think head coach Jeff Sokol understands that 4.5 minutes left to go. You get the ball in the third quarter. Let's try to punch it in with under a minute and then feel good about ourselves into halftime, knowing we get the ball again.
So Wilkinson with his 3rd catch and a quick right side pass, and the defense all over it. That's Jerry Adu-Boting with the hit, forces the incompletion, and now a 4th and 5, clock stop, 4:15 to go first half.
Now, I think that should have been a penalty because he didn't go for the football. He went for the hit.
It looked like he might have got there a little bit early timing-wise.
Now, he did think he was catching the ball as he hit him, but from the press box perspective, that looked pretty blatant.
Yeah, just Easterwood's 5th incompletion here. He's 9 of 14 for 80 yards and a touchdown in this first half. Toller will boot it from the 25. Gets off another good one. His 3rd punt, the first 2 averaging 51 yards. It'll take a nice roll. And Rose-Hulman will down it at the 21. Let's see if this hit here, Charlie, was a bit early here on the far side of your screen.
You can see him charging up that hit. He wasn't going for the interception. Yeah. He just wanted to lay the boom.
I thought he got there a little bit early.
It's a bang-bang play.
The ref keeps the flag in his pocket. And so 4:03 to go here in the first half. Defiance will take over. Offensively, Warren is 5 of 9 for 50 yards with a long of 14. Johnson has 3 catches for 25 yards. Warren, rushing-wise, has 47 yards. Brown with 27, and Turner with 25.
Yeah, it's been the Jelani Warren show.
And he will have it here and hand it off to the left side. Tries to get the edge. Maybe a pickup of about 5 there on first down. So Thomas with his first run. He's on the board. and it'll go for 5 yards, 3:45 to play first half. Warren out of gun. He'll look to pass. Looks left side. First read. Floats it in the air. Over the top. Backpedaling. Caught. And a big gain there offensively on the second down pass. Backpedaling, making the impressive grab is his brother, Jalen Warren.
The brother-to-brother connection. You see the replay. Look at him backpedal for about 8 yards before he catches that football. Great body control and a perfect ball from Jelani Warren.
We talk about, there's chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver. There's more chemistry when it's your twin brother. Quick slant route here, thrown slightly behind the wide receiver, and it'll fall incomplete. Second down and 10, 3:06 to play. Football on the 37-yard line.
And talk about a spark. I mean, they've lost to Rose-Hulman 12 straight times, and you're in a 4-point game. You make a beautiful throw to close out this second quarter and a chance to take the lead at halftime here on the road.
37 yards to the end zone.
And a long way to go still.
Yep, Hall of Fame day here from Rose-Hulman. We'll talk about that coming up at halftime. Quick delayed draw here, right side, gets the edge, moves forward, breaks out of a tackle, and is tackled from behind at about the 11-yard line. So a pickup of 28 yards on the delayed draw. It's Tristan Thomas with his second run, and Marshall Cook with a tackle from behind, which saved him from getting into the end zone.
Tristan Thomas running with purpose. That was an aggressive run.
So 2:34 to go. Defiance throws it back of the end zone. Over the top, over the shoulder, and a touchdown grab from Caleb Johnson. That one was impressive and a perfectly placed football.
Well, we saw that entire play develop. It was a fade route and perfectly played route by the receiver. Incredible throw as well. Just a great throw and catch. Man, what a drive from Defiance. After not a great couple of drives to start the game, they have been fantastic in the second quarter.
So Defiance, after getting down 10-0, scores on back-to-back possessions, finding the end zone with the extra point pending up, and this one doinks it off the post. No good. 2:26 to go in the first half. We'll see Rose-Hulman's 2-minute offense coming up right after this on RHIT.TV. Silva back deep here for Rose-Hulman. We'll see the Fighting Engineers in their 2-minute offense with 2:26 to go in the first half. They trail Defiance 12-10 here on RHIT.TV. Tony Donahue, Charlie Hiras with you. Up back fields it at the 15-yard line. Shimmy shakes to the 25, squirts out of another tackle, and gets to the 32-yard line. So let's take a look at the replays here on a second straight.
Look at that athletic catch. Caleb Johnson, just go up and get it.
Yeah, he is that guy. Over the shoulder, great pass, and he hauls it in. And let's take a look at the
how that develops.
Yeah, just one-on-one coverage top of your screen here. And just a perfectly thrown ball over the top of the shoulder, hauls it in, both feet down for the score. We'll see what Rose-Hulman can answer with. 2:19 to go, first half, 1st and 10, ball on the 32. They'll hand it off to Smith. Smith gets past the line of scrimmage, finds a little bit of a hole, keeps those legs churning to the 40-yard line. And a pickup of 8 to set up a second down and short. And the second missed extra point here by Defiance, as you see off the left upright.
Was it tipped at the line of scrimmage?
It might have been, and it doinks off the post to the delight of the Rose-Hulman crowd here. And we'll have a 2-minute timeout here.
And it always seems like
and we'll break with them. 2 minutes to go, first half on RHIT.TV.
So my goal is to get involved in space industry and learn about what lies beyond the Earth's horizon. I came across Rose Rocketry. I saw, hey, they're doing some really cool stuff. They're building rockets. I really grew a lot being as part of the team. Last year, through Rose Rocketry, I was able to attend SED's Space Vision 2022, which was a student conference for people who want to get involved in space. And I was able to go to Washington, D.C. and talk to so many people within the space industry who come together and say, this is what the next goals for space are. Being at Rose, I was able to hone my engineering skills to push myself to get involved in the field further and learn about all these different opportunities. And I don't think I would have really gotten that at a bigger university.
Charlie can slap some bees. Hey, we're back here. The 2-minute offense on the field for Rose-Hulman, trailing 12-10 on RHIT.TV. 2nd and 2. Roll out pass. Easterwood is hit as he throws, and he throws it incomplete, out of bounds. He got hit right on his hip and taken down. So a 3rd and 2 coming up. And what you certainly don't want to do, Charlie, is give the football right back with under 2 minutes to go to Defiance, who now has all the momentum, scoring 2 straight touchdowns on back-to-back possessions.
Yeah, Easterwood tried to get it all back in one play, and I think he felt that hit coming as he threw that ball, so kind of caused him to throw it pretty far out of bounds, kind of threw it to the 4th lane on the track.
Shotgun snap. 3rd and 2. They're going to look to throw. He's under pressure, and he is sacked immediately in the backfield on the pursuit. Richard Pope, the 4th. Defiance will take a timeout, and they'll get the football back with 1:43 on the scoreboard. We'll take a break. RHIT.TV.
Anxious over algebra? Call Ask Rose, the free science and math homework helpline. It's free world-class tutoring. Just call, chat, email, or screen share. Learn more at askrose.org. Confused by chemistry? Call Ask Rose, the free science and math homework helpline. It's free world-class tutoring. Just call, chat, email, or screen share. Learn more at askrose.org.
So they add 4 seconds to the clock on the timeout on the sack. Defiance has forced a 4th down. Rose-Hulman trailing 12-10 here on Hall of Fame afternoon from Cook Stadium. Tony Downey and Charlie Heros with you. Jerry, Savannah, and David as well, doing a great job bringing you some awesome pictures here from Terre Haute on a beautiful 71-degree fall afternoon. You certainly, Charlie, want to see Toller try to flip this field and pin Defiance back deep with under 2 minutes to go in this first half.
Yeah, it seems like Defiance kind of flipped a switch all of a sudden here in the 2nd quarter.
Toller gets the boot. It's a low but deep kick, fielded at the 15, backpedaling to the left side, tries to get the edge, does, passes the 30, and out of bounds on the return is Desmond Garrett, the Indianapolis Cathedral product, and they'll mark him officially out at the 32-yard line. So 1:36 to go and 2 timeouts for Defiance as Rose-Hulman only takes 42 seconds off of the clock on that drive.
Yeah. The defense making stands when they need it. Really impressive showing in this first half from Defiance, and I think this is going to be the most confident version of Jelani Warren we'll see on this drive here.
Yeah, Warren is 7 of 12 for 98 yards and a touchdown. He also has ran the football 9 times for 47 yards. He is their leading rusher. He'll set up with a 4 wide receiver set. Man in the backfield goes in motion. Screen pass, caught at the 30, block ahead of him, and I think it's going to be a blindside block or a hold. So this one will come back on the penalty marker.
Man, wasted opportunity. Had so much space on this near side. Would have been a 1st down and more.
So a great play call, but the block which sprung him open, it's going to be called, and that'll back it up 10 yards. So a penalty flag on the hold.
Number 6.
But for the most part, Defiance has limited penalties, and for a team that's on the road, a lot of times we'll see teams get deep down the field, get into the red zone, and then it'll be a holding penalty that hinders them from scoring. That has not been the case for Defiance. They have played clean football.
So about 8 minutes of play time. If you would have told Defiance you had a 12-10 lead at halftime, you would have taken it when they were down 10-0. How greedy do you want to get here on 1st and 20 with a minute 30 to go?
I think you go for a quick play, quick pass. I don't want to be too aggressive if I'm Defiance on this play. Well,
out of shotgun.
It's a go route.
Warren going to go deep, one-on-one coverage, and it is incomplete. There was some contact. I thought it was initiated originally by the wide receiver in Vashon Palmer. Flags come out, pass interference. As the officials will get together here at the 40-yard line. And it looked like Palmer from Defiance had the initial contact and the separation. We'll see what the call is here. With 1:22 to go, that was on a 1st and 20.
Is it on the offense?
Could it be off? It's going to be holding on the offense. Yep.
Defensive pass interference.
Oh.
Number 22. Those penalties offset will replay first down.
Yeah.
So he must have had a flag here down. Yeah, there is a flag down. It looks like on the 15-yard line. So offsetting penalties. Thought it could have been an offensive pass interference. Looked like Palmer had the first initial contact.
Yeah.
And the arm bar to get the space. Nonetheless, offsetting penalties, and we will replay 1st and 20 from the 22-yard line with 1:22 to go.
Well, the play calling is aggressive, and I believe they'll probably stick with that.
Warren with it. Quick pass left side. Caught. Tries to spin out of a tackle. Does. They're going to mark him out of bounds. Excuse me, they're going to keep the clock running at the 29-yard line. So a pickup of 7. 2nd and 13 coming up on the pass catch, which went for 8 yards. And Jalen Warren, the twin brother of Jelani Warren, with the catch. Warren out of shotgun. Out route, left side, caught at the 40 out of bounds, and a flag in the backfield. We're going to have a hold. This one is going to be on number 52, Aiden Burke. The Indianapolis State is going to be called for the hold. So send it back another 10 yards for a 2nd and now 23, 53 seconds to play first half.
That's a shame because it was a perfectly executed out route to the sideline. Got out of bounds, got the first down, but a holding penalty brings them back, and now you might need to be less aggressive because your penalties are coming play after play. It's hard to go the length of the field in under a minute.
Yeah, the 5th penalty charged to Defiance there, and with that, stopping the clock with under a minute to go. I think, if you're on 2nd and 23 here, you might decide, hey, let's run the football, see what we can get. Nonetheless, keep that clock rolling. 10 seconds on the play clock.
All 3 timeouts for Rose Holman. So I think a run will play into their hands.
Woods out of shotgun. Warren has it. Left side caught. Palmer spins out of one tackle. And then about 9 different Rose Holman fighting engineers in on the tackle to push him back. Clock continues to run over 40 seconds. Under 40 seconds. 31 on the play clock. They'll have to play at least do one more play here before the end of the first half.
You weren't lying. That was literally 9 players tackling.
The clock continues to run. They will have to snap it at least one more time. 14 on the play clock, 17 on the game clock. It's 3rd and 13.
Might as well throw it deep.
5 seconds. This will be the last play of the half. Warren under pressure. Sneaks out of it. Still looking. Fires it. Picked off. Stays in bounds. And that's how the first half will come to an end with the Fighting Engineers grabbing back a little momentum with that interception. They trail it by 2 here at recess on Hall of Fame afternoon. And we do have a flag. And let's see what the call is. It's an eligible man downfield. That will be declined. Interception will stand. So a back-and-forth contest here, Charlie, in this first half. We saw Rose Holman go up 10-0. Defiance in the second quarter scores 12 unanswered. It seems like a little bit of rhythm was found on both sides offensively in that second quarter.
Yeah, if these last 4 minutes are exemplary of how the rest of this game is going to be, we're in for a fun, exciting game. These two teams going back and forth at each other's neck. We've seen a lot of big plays from both sides, and I'm excited for the second half. Rose-Hulman, though, going to have to respond offensively because Defiance has been in control the second quarter.
Yeah, 4 seconds into the second quarter, Easterwood connects on a touchdown pass from 14 yards out to Nanko. That was a 7-play, 61-yard drive. The following possession for Rose-Hulman led to a 33-yard field goal from Rehberg after a 9-play, 47-yard drive. A back-to-back scoring drives. It's Jelani Warren, the quarterback, with a 1-yard rush for the end zone. That capped off an 8-play, 64-yard drive. And then Jelani Warren on the pass completion to Caleb Johnson for 11 yards for the score. That capped off a 5-play, 79-yard drive. And that's how we have gotten to recess here on Hall of Fame afternoon from Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. Defiance with a 12-10 lead coming up at halftime. We're going to have a great halftime guest in Eric Hayes. We're going to talk about student life here at Rose-Hulman. We're also going to talk about the Hall of Fame dinner from last night and the newly inducted Hall of Famers to the Hall of Fame here at Rose-Hulman. We'll also give you some stats, and Charlie and I will break down some of the keys to the second half, as again, Defiance with 12 unanswered. They lead Rose-Hulman 12-10. Rose-Hulman 12 straight wins in this series, looking for a lucky 13th win against Defiance in a row. This was a former battle inside of the HCAC. Now Defiance moving on to the NAIA, and it is a beautiful afternoon here for football from Terre Haute. 71 degrees at kickoff. Plenty of other sports going on around Rose-Hulman as well. We have volleyball coming up later on today right here on this same RHIT.TV. That comes up at 5 o'clock. The women's soccer team playing, a couple hundred yards to our right. They have a 3-0 lead last checked. And again here at halftime, Rose-Hulman trailing Defiance 12-10. When we come back, we'll break down the first half. We will give a salute to the newly inducted Hall of Famers here at Rose-Hulman. Give you some stats from the first half. You're watching HCAC College Football on RHIT.TV.
Rose Rocketry was founded to put Rose-Hulman on the map for places to go if you're interested in aerospace. Rocketry is a club and a team for anyone interested in any aspect of hobby rocketry, aerospace as a career, or space in general. Rose Rocketry has several different pillars that we try to pursue for all of our members, one of them being the NASA USLI competition. The NASA University Student Launch Initiative is for college students and universities to get experience with high-power rocketry, get experience in creating proposals for NASA. They put us through the same rigorous process as they would all of their contractors. We write proposals, critical design reviews, we write flight readiness reviews, and then we can go and present all of our learnings to the NASA board and they can ask us questions. And having that kind of hands-on experience where you can point to it and say, hey, I want to work at your company. This is what I've done to show that I'm valuable to your company. I've built rockets before. I've written proposals for NASA before. Another part of Rose Rocketry is the research aspect. Because Rose Rocketry's goal is to help students pursue aerospace as a career, we want to try to encourage people in whatever field, in whatever subset of rocketry they are interested in. For example, we have a bunch of students working on what's called Rose Propulsion Laboratory, and we are able to provide them funding, even mentorship. Another aspect would be electric ion propulsion. We have a couple students who are really interested in in-space propulsion specifically. And then there's also SmallSat. Rose SmallSat has the goal of launching a nanosatellite, which is around this big, into orbit within the next 3 to 5 years. And this is a really ambitious project, and it wouldn't be possible without the support of Rose Rocketry. My favorite thing about Rose Rocketry is how open we are. A lot of our people that are the most active are freshmen. And that's fantastic because now these people are learning hands-on engineering skills before they even learn what engineering is.
It's sort of given me a preview of all the engineering that is to come, and it's sort of put me on the fast track of learning mechanical engineering. Failure modes, effects, and analysis, that's not something you really learn as a freshman in your academics, but learning it in Rose Rocketry means I can apply those concepts to my current classes, which really helps me excel academically and prepares me for future classes. One of the goals I have after graduation is to be part of the aerospace industry. Rose Rocketry has helped me prepare for that goal in learning the design process of the aerospace industry and learning the documentation requirements. And it's also given me the opportunity to step into a lot of design areas and a lot of manufacturing areas that I haven't been exposed to before. And I think Rose Rocketry provides that really collaborative and friendly atmosphere. We really learn to work with each other, especially across multiple majors. What's special about Rose is the ability to really get involved. If you have that initiative, you can pursue it. And I think that's exemplified by how joining this team as a freshman, I was able to be elected the vice president. I was able to make a real difference on the team. That experience is something that you really may not find at other universities.
Welcome back to RHIT.TV. We are at halftime as the Hall of Fame ceremonies are well underway. Here from Cook Stadium, Defiance takes a 12-10 halftime lead over Rose-Hulman. We welcome you back. Eric Hayes, the VP of Student Affairs, joins me. And, you know, for a Hall of Fame weekend, mid-October, you can't ask for better weather.
No, the weather's perfect for the day. What a great day for football. We also have soccer going on at the same time as the women have a 3-0 lead over Earlham right now. But yeah, perfect day for sports outside.
Volleyball coming up as well. Let's start with the Hall of Famers that we see. Julian Strickland, as you mentioned, one of the best basketball players of all time. Always a different feel and a really cool hype on Hall of Fame weekend here at Rose-Hulman.
Yeah, my wife makes fun of me because I say this a lot, but Hall of Fame weekend's like my favorite weekend at Rose-Hulman, and I do have a lot of those. But yeah, all four of these representatives. So as you mentioned, Julian, I'll be biased here, but I was living in Speed Hall with my family when Julian was living on that same floor, and I think he's the best men's basketball player to ever grace our presence. Great, just a fine young man as well. You know, firefighter in Indianapolis. You don't usually do that with a Rose-Hulman engineering degree, but just an outstanding individual. You know, Tony, what I'd say, though, at the speeches last night, one of the things that makes Rose-Hulman special, all four of those, just humble, great athletes, but they spend a lot of time talking about the people at Rose-Hulman more than their, certainly the athletic experience, but they really just talk about the people.
Yeah, and somebody like yourself who's been here for a long time, it's really cool to see everybody come back to Terre Haute, and it's just amazing. You look at the football roster, the basketball roster, and not only the players that are here and what they represent as far as other states around the entire country, but now you see a lot of these Hall of Famers come back that have spread their roots around the United States. There's Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology everywhere in the country.
Absolutely. You know, Matt's out there in Oakland, California right now, just doing great things. And again, he just had wonderful things to say about his instructors in civil engineering when he was here. And then you got Anne-Marie out in Colorado. And she's had just a great career out there as well, and so here at Rose, and then spread her wings out there in the Rockies. And then Liz, you know, she's continued to be a coach for us here. She has raised the bar, literally and figuratively, throughout her entire career at Rose-Hulman, both as an athlete and a Olympian, as a pre-Olympic, the trials and everything she's done as a multiple Hall of Fame or academic All-American, and national champion. Just great representation of Rose-Hulman.
So Liz Evans, Anne-Marie Stanley, Matt Trowbridge, and Julian Strickland, your inductees into the Rose-Hulman Hall of Fame. Let's talk about some student life. A lot of things going on, as you mentioned. Soccer, we've got volleyball later today, football, one more home game after this, basketball right around the corner, but it's a great time to be here at RHIT.
Yeah, this is always, we gear up into the really busy season, right? So we got football going on, as you said, volleyball, soccer. We got swim meets going on, cross country's in full swing, and then yeah, winter sports are in practice. So here we got basketball, men's and women's going. So it is busy, but it's so fun. You and I can see right here out here to the west, we got the Sports and Rec Center under construction. We built that building in '97. It's been a state-of-the-art facility ever since the day it opened. People are amazed that it's coming up on 30 years, but it's time for an expansion. We'll get a new locker room out of that. We'll get some more office space, and then some actual group space and a recruiting room, which we've never had. So exciting stuff.
Yeah, it's an absolutely beautiful building. We do basketball games in there here on IndianaSRN and RHIT.TV. But talk about more about the student life. There's always something going on. It's a great place to be, and obviously one of the best places to get an education, especially if the future for you is engineering.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a space where you can come here, get a top-ranked engineering degree, science, engineering, or math, and then continue to play the sports you love while in college for 4 years. And yes, there's always something going on. Last night, just in the Union during the Hall of Fame ceremonies, you saw the kids were out there doing scavenger hunts, and they've got Rush going on, and they had a big Escalate, which is our entrepreneurial weekend. The kids are working hard in the Union all night long. We just had homecoming, which was a great weekend. Fall family weekend for parents out there that are looking to come back to campus. First weekend in November, we have a ton of fun stuff planned. We'll be sending that information out soon. It's just always something going on, and keeps the students busy.
Yeah, and what I love about Rose-Hulman, it's a family feel. It is a smaller campus enrollment, but it's a personal touch, it feels like, every time you come here.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that we feel separates us. We've unbiasedly, as a grad myself, I mean, I think you really are getting challenged in the classroom. It is the world's best undergraduate technical education. But what makes it so special is that feel. And again, that's what they talked about the Hall of Fame last. It's their faculty, it's their coaches, it's the staff on Rose-Hulman's campus, it's the residence life team in their buildings, and it's just a place where you come really quickly and you just feel like this is my place.
You've been in my seat before. You've been in the color seat. What did you think about that first half? Rose-Hulman gets off to a 10-0 start. Defiance battles back, but we thought we'd be in for a shootout. The score last year going into the 70s, 12-10 here. Rose-Hulman, though, has showed some things offensively, and you got to like what you see per usual out of Jay Smith and guys like Rick Easterwood as well.
Yeah, we last 2 years they've combined for over 100 points each year. So when I looked at you at 0-0 at the end of the first quarter, so we got the right two teams out here. Coach told us last night that Jay Smith was going to get a lighter load. I see he had 14 carries in the first half, so I guess technically maybe that's lighter, as he put up 30-some here a couple weeks ago. But this is not necessarily the game we expected. I said final score would be 42-14 Rose-Hulman, and we can still get there. I'm not sure I need a safety out of Defiance, but yeah, I think we've seen some good things, and I think we'll come out in the second half. Coach will get him fired up, and we'll be good shape in the third.
Talked about Strickland, one of the best basketball players. He talked to the team earlier today. I was at practice, watched the boys and the girls. Another exciting year of college basketball here on campus, both the boys and the girls for the Fighting Engineers. Yeah, Nick Sales, head coach for the men's basketball team, he was playing for Defiance so the year Julian was a senior was I'm getting this, I may be getting this wrong. Coach Sales was a senior the year Julian was a senior in high school, so they just missed each other by a year, but both of them HCAC players of the year. Coach Sales for Defiance, and then Julian after that at Rose. So they didn't cross paths on the court, but they've gotten to know each other, and it was really great to have Julian have a chance to come and talk with the team in the locker room. They also had James Pilashevsky, who is a dear friend of Julian's, played with him here at Rose, and the two of them got a chance to spend some time with the team. I think that's great when our alums come back and kind of talk about their experience after Rose. And speaking of experience, a lot of experience coming back for both the boys and the girls basketball team coming up next month. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how basketball plays out. We two relatively new coaches on both men's and women's basketball teams. We had some tough games, but I think we're both poised for a really solid season, and very excited. For the latest on Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, follow them on their social media channels at Rose-Hulman FB for football on X, as well as Instagram, RHIT Sports on Facebook and YouTube. The VP of Student Affairs, Eric Hayes, thanks so much for joining us. We'll look for a great second half here for Rose-Hulman. I know you and I will be talking a lot more throughout the winter months. You got it. Thanks, Tony. We'll be back right after this on RHIT.TV.
My name is Sean Hemel, and I graduated from Rose-Hulman with a degree in computer engineering. When I was an incoming freshman, I didn't know anything about computer engineering. All I knew was that it had something to do with computers, and it was a combination of electrical engineering and computer science. In that sense, I got the best of both worlds. However, computer engineers shine in a few areas that might be difficult for either an electrical engineer or a computer scientist. These areas include embedded systems, computer architecture, and digital signal processing. But what kind of jobs would it prepare you for? Well, you could design consumer electronics, such as smartphones, smartwatches, e-book readers, or maybe the next generation of Intel CPUs. Many new medical devices and scanners rely on electronics designed by computer engineers. The Department of Defense and various contractors need computer engineers to create unmanned aerial vehicle flight controls and crucial satellite communication systems. In aerospace, you might work on an autopilot for the next Boeing plane or create the control system for the next Mars rover. Finally, in the world of automation, computer engineers are writing low-level software for Amazon's warehouse robots that help pick and deliver goods for packaging. So, what kind of classes will you take to become a computer engineer? First, you'll need a healthy dose of math. Particularly, you'll need calculus, differential equations, and some probability theory. From the computer science side, you will likely learn a couple of programming languages. These languages allow you to write code to tell computers what to do. You might start with a low-level programming language, like C, to teach you the underlying concepts of how an operating system works. You might practice what you learn with a project, such as writing a device driver for your computer to, say, respond to mouse clicks or read from a USB drive. You will also learn a high-level programming language, such as Java or Python. These are application-level languages that teach you higher-level computer science concepts, such as object-oriented programming and algorithm design. Projects might include writing a smartphone app, creating a simple game like Flappy Bird, or searching through a database for customer information. You will be introduced to a variety of algorithms, which is just a fancy way of saying steps required to solve a problem. Google, for example, uses a very complicated algorithm to crawl through the internet and sort your search results, starting with the most relevant. You will learn how to develop algorithms like this and analyze them for execution time and efficiency. From the electrical engineering side, you will usually start with basic circuit design, which includes creating and analyzing simple circuits with passive components like resistors, inductors, and capacitors. Labs might include designing circuits on paper, building them on a breadboard, and then testing their operation with an oscilloscope. Later classes will introduce semiconductor components like diodes and transistors. These lay the foundation for courses in digital circuit design, including logic gate operation, Boolean algebra, and binary. These classes will lead into computer architecture, where you will learn how a computer works, like really works. Often, you will be required to design your own computer processing unit, or CPU, by the end of the class. With these foundations, you can then move into the more specialized areas of computer engineering, and this is where the fun begins. You will likely take a class in embedded systems, which are essentially tiny, chip-sized computers with processors known as microcontrollers. Knowing the basics of electronics and low-level programming allow you to work with microcontrollers, which can be found in smartwatches, drones, and modern thermostats. If you have heard of Arduino, it is a type of embedded system. Finally, you'll be required to take at least one class in signal processing, which is the analysis of how electrical signals change over time. Here, you will be introduced to communication systems and filters. Trying to transmit data over long distances, say images of Mars from the Curiosity rover, requires a lot of engineering, and signal processing is just the beginning of these types of communication systems. Computer engineering also puts you in a good place to study robotics, as most robots rely on embedded systems for their brains. And these are just some of the things that computer engineering lets you do. It gives you a taste for electronics as well as programming, but it also allows you to specialize in some fields that develop exciting new technologies that affect our everyday lives.
Back here at halftime, we want to thank Eric Hayes for joining us. Get us updated on campus life here at Rose-Hulman, where the Fighting Engineers at recess trail 12-10 over Defiance. It was 12 straight points for the Yellow Jackets to end that second quarter after both teams went scoreless in the first quarter. Tony Donahue with you alongside Charlie Harris. Big thanks to Jerry, Savannah, and David for doing the heavy lifting here. And a couple quick hits. You got a great stat. The record for Rose-Hulman at halftime when trailing. They're going to look for their 10th win while trailing underneath head coach Sokol.
Yeah, Jeff Sokol, 9-32 when trailing at halftime. And this Rose-Hulman team, they have beat Defiance 12 times in a row. This would be a monumental win for Defiance if they can keep putting things together. Now, I will say, at the end of that second quarter, they started to get a little sloppy. We started to see some penalties, and it's unfortunate because there were plays that they picked up 20, 15 yards. It got called back due to a penalty, so they have to clean that up, and we saw some miscues that could linger in the second half from Defiance.
Seems like offensively, too, in that first half, we saw both teams have two different types of offenses. We saw both teams be able to drive down at will and score, and we've also seen both defensive step up. What's going to be the key difference here for Rose-Hulman in the second half?
I think for Rose-Hulman, you're going to have to force a turnover. You're going to have to get a big play on a punt return, on a kick return, because this has been a very evenly contested game. I mean, both quarterbacks are 9 of 15. Now, Jelani Warren's got more passing yards, but both teams have, Defiance 9 first downs, Rose-Hulman 10. It's very evenly contested, so it's going to come down to the defense. Who can force a turnover at the right time, I think, is what it's going to boil down to.
And it seems like Rose-Hulman had 2 opportunities in that first half for turnovers, but one, it was ruled down, and the other one was ruled out of bounds. So Defiance will kick it off to start things here in the second half. We have seen a good balance offensively for Rose-Hulman, doing both rushing the football and passing the football.
Yeah.
What do you want to see in this opening drive for the Fighting Engineers?
I want to see Rick Easterwood kind of settle in. He hasn't necessarily had a bad game thus far. It just doesn't seem like he's been able to control the tempo of this game. It hasn't really been in his control. So get this game in the control of Rick Easterwood, and I want to see him kind of control the tempo of this second half.
So Silva is back deep to return the kickoff. Is the second half underway here on RHIT.TV. We had an awesome Hall of Fame ceremony at halftime. Women's volleyball here going to follow us here on RHIT.TV. Backpedaling in the end zone. Silva fields it. He's got a head of steam. He passes the 20. Flag on the play. It's going to be a holding, and he'll bring it back. So Rose-Hulman will start this one deep in their own territory.
A nice kick into the end zone. And let's see what this call is.
Block in the back. Return team number 30. It'll be a 10-yard penalty.
Well, there you go. Defiance off to the right, off on the right foot in the third quarter. This defense, like we've talked about, they have struggled. They give up a lot of points, the most in their respective conference this season so far.
And you think about last year's game with the final score and where that was.
Yeah.
At 78-54, and then 2 years ago at 76-35.
Unreal.
We're a far cry from anything close to that. That first half saw 9 first downs for Defiance and 10 for Rose-Hulman. Smith with a handoff gets about 3 yards on the opening play of this drive. 67 rushing yards, 80 passing yards for the Fighting Engineers on 9 of 15 throwing. 147 yards total. The punting numbers, as we know, Toller has 4 punts for 49. Time of possession, pretty even, 16-22 to 13-38. But third down conversions on both sides, 3 of 8 for Rose-Hulman, 2 of 7 for Defiance. Throw deep right side, up in the air, batted for, and it is going to be incomplete. And a great job there for Rose-Hulman. Becoming a defender was number 13, Colton Nanko, and he kind of had to become the defender to make sure that that ball wasn't intercepted.
Yeah, and that could have been an easy interception. That could have changed the tide of this game if it gave Defiance the football. Now, that being said, this could be a punt to the 50-yard line anyways.
You like the play call there going deep on 2nd and 8?
I didn't see the play. I mean, it was in double coverage, so I'm going to say no. I didn't like that.
3rd and 8 throws over the top. He was held.
Could be a flag.
He was held from behind. I saw it up here. And they're going to call it incomplete with no flag. So Defiance gets the break on 3rd down and 8 and forces the punt from the 14-yard line. So Toller will have to boot this one from the goal line.
Now, there's no way the referees didn't see that. I mean, if both of us saw it from the box, that should have been a clear pass interference.
There's been a couple plays that pass interference hasn't been called, and Rose-Hulman has not benefited from any of the no calls.
Right. So Defiance does their job out of halftime.
Toller gets off a boot from the 5. It's going to bounce, fielded at the 40. A little shimmy shake right side. He's going to try to cut back, and he pretty much got it back to where he caught it after the forward progress brought him to the 45. And then the tackle brought him to the 42. So once again, Rose-Hulman's defense expected to step up here on the opening possession for Defiance in the third quarter.
Yeah, Rose-Hulman's defense, some pressure on them. And it's interesting, Defiance, they've scored 2 touchdowns they only have 12 points. They're 0 for 2 on the extra point. And it kind of feels like whenever that happens, those points always come back to bite you in some way in the end of a game. So we'll see if those 2 points will loom large later.
Yeah, I think you're going for 2 the rest of the way out, because if you do score here a touchdown on this possession, you want to, go up by 10 as opposed to 9 points. There's no difference between being up 9, but 10, you at least a touchdown on the field goal keeps it even. Quick run, right side, plenty of room. Pick up a 14 on first down with the run up the gut, and it goes for 14 yards.
That was just a quarterback draw from Jelani Warren.
Look, it was enough for the first down. It is, so that'll move the sticks on first down.
And I wonder if the play calling will be a little more conservative for Defiance, maybe a run-heavy play style in the second half.
Warren hands it off right side. Thomas, who is now the leading rusher on this team this afternoon, and they can't get him down. It's a pickup of 22 on first down. And Thomas, who we really haven't heard much from this season, that's his 5th carry, and he's well over 60 yards on the afternoon.
Yeah, he has had a very good game so far. He's a first down machine today. And he's still in the backfield.
So 1st and 10. 2 minutes gone by, third quarter. Rose-Hulman's defense looking for a stop. Handoff, backfield, stuffed immediately, pickup of 1. So a 2nd and 9 will be coming up.
And not even having to throw a passing play yet for Defiance on this drive. And Rose-Hulman, they're a defense that they've bended quite a bit this season.
So Thomas has 4 carries for 60 yards, an average of 12 with the long just there of 26. So they're going to have to do a better job of wrapping up Thomas in the backfield. 2nd down, shotgun snap, play action. Warren throws it deep right side, and it's going to go out of bounds, incomplete. It was caught at about 4 yards out of bounds. So a 3rd down and 9 coming up. With what we've seen in the kicking game for Defiance, more than likely this is 4-down territory.
Yep, 4-down territory. And I actually like that throw in the end zone. Should have threw the football just a couple of beats earlier. Threw it a little too late, but once again, a good ball, a good throw. And the big playability is there.
So Vashawn Palmer lines up near side of your screen, one-on-one coverage. It'll be a 5-wide set on 3rd and 9. Nobody in the backfield. It's Warren. You got to watch for the quarterback keeper here. Rose-Hulman shows blitz. Here they come. Under pressure. Quick screen. Caught at the 25-yard line. Spins out of a tackle. Cuts back. Still on his feet. Spins to the 20. Enough for the first down. Thinking end zone. Dives. Touchdown. Defiance.
Oh, my goodness.
He was gobbled up twice for a loss on the play. But Davion Williams, the freshman, spins out of a couple tacklers and takes it to the end zone for the 23-yard touchdown strike. And it's 18-10 in favor of Defiance. Now, interesting here on a 2-point conversion. If you go for it, you go up 10. If you don't get it, it remains a 1-possession game at 18-10.
A huge play from Davion. And, so many broken tackles, just incredible athletic ability. And that's
so we're going to have a delay of game. 0 on the play clock, so they did a little too much celebrating before getting out there for that 2-point conversion. So they'll redo the try. They'll move the football back. It depends on who you're asking in what situation. Sometimes inside of the red zone, you like a few extra yards to be able to come back and give yourself some more room, and that's certainly what Defiance will do. So they'll line up from, it looks like, the 9-yard line for the 2-point conversion. 2 wide receivers stacked to the right. In motion. Warren out of shotgun. His twin brother goes in motion. Warren rolls out right side. Looks, stops, pops to the back of the end zone. In the air, jump forward. He caught it. But the defense and the tackle pushes him out of bounds, and the try is no good. 11:56 to go. RHIT with the football right after this.
So I started working on Babcock Ranch 16 years ago. we designed a sustainable community that is also storm resilient, and also it has a ton of flood control associated with it. It has 75 megawatt solar facilities on site, which will cover the entire 18,000 acre community. In September of 2022, we had Hurricane Ian. We had 150 mile an hour sustained winds for about 10 hours and 21 inches of rain. Babcock really had little to no damage at all. We were the only place in a 2-county area that had any electric or any available drinking water that did not need to be boiled. And Rose really prepares you to go out, think outside the box, and problem solve. And I think for any major at Rose-Hulman, that's what you're getting. You have the ability to go out and create something new and innovate and change the way that we live as humans today.
We're back here from Rose-Hulman on a Hall of Fame afternoon. Here's a replay of that touchdown.
Just makes defenders miss left and right. I don't even know how many broken tackles that is. 6 or 7 probably. And a nice block inside the 5 for him to jump in the end zone.
So it's a 28-yard touchdown pass. And it's 18 unanswered points here by Defiance. Still plenty of time, 11:56 to go. Still a one-possession game at 18-10. Here's the ensuing kickoff. It's going to be fielded at the 5 by Silva. Gets past the 20-yard line and breaks out of a tackle. Stays to the sideline, marks him out at the 26. So let's see it again here. And like you said, it's a 3rd and long, missed tackling. There's 1, there's 2, 3, spin, and then it's a foot race from there into the end zone for the score from 28 yards out.
It's undisciplined football. I mean, it's 3rd and long. Your backs are kind of against the wall, and you can't make the tackle. Now you're down 8.
Yeah, and you knew that was 4-down territory, right? Obviously, Defiance's kicker's probably not going to see the field the rest of the afternoon. They'll spread it out, screen pass, caught at the 20, and stuffed immediately. So the first down screen maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, no more. And Harry with the catch, but did not get back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to mark him for a loss of 1. 2nd and 11 from the 23. They'll go quick. Quick pass again. Caught to the tight end. Reaches forward. Gets to the 32-yard line. And a nice little pitch and catch there by Ben Klein Jr. from El Paso, Illinois. That'll make this a 3rd down and short.
El Paso, Illinois. How about that?
Yeah, what? Brazil, Indiana, Peru, Indiana, Mexico, Indiana.
Santa Claus, Indiana.
Yeah. So plenty of time on the play clock here. 4 minutes gone by, 3rd quarter. Rose-Hulman down 8. Here on RHIT.TV. A beautiful afternoon from Terre Haute. 3rd and 2. Delayed draw, handoff. Smith with the burst of speed gets it for a 1st down. That'll move the sticks to the 39-yard line.
I really like that delayed draw to the running back. It's been very effective.
Quick screen pass going quickly here. Caught to the left side, breaks out of 1 tackle, shimmies back, trying to get a couple blocks. Here we go. Now he's got some blocks ahead of him. Has to make one guy miss, passes the 40 to the 50, and a nice play there in the backfield with nothing. Turns it upfield, and Daniel Hurry gets the 1st down.
Yeah, he was in a hurry, man. He went across the field on the far side, back 5 yards to the near side, and gets a 1st down. That was incredible.
So Rose-Hulman with this up-tempo offense now on this drive continues to move the sticks to 3rd 1st down on the drive. Shotgun snap, handoff Smith. Stays low to the ground, keeps those shoulders square, picks up 5, a late flag on the play.
Yeah, Rose-Hulman finding that energy and kind of playing with more intensity now. You can see it on the sideline, you can see it on the field.
Isn't it crazy how your mindset switches from, hey, we're up 12-0, let's go maybe a little bit conservative, to now, oh, we've given up 18 in a row, let's score. Penalty is on Defiance. Move the football inside of the 30-yard line, marked officially at the 24. So Rose-Hulman with an opportunity here to put points on the board. 9:48 to play, 3rd quarter.
Now Defiance still has a chance to get a stop.
But a 1st and 10, one of the best drives we've seen here offensively for the Fighting Engineers. Man in motion, handoff. Smith has it, cuts back, and he stays low to the ground, keeps the legs churning. And some yards after that initial contact, a pickup of 7, 2nd down and 3 coming up.
Jay Smith, Rose-Hulman's running back, had a good first half, 71 yards on the ground, 5 yards per carry in that first half, and he's been pretty effective on this drive right now, hoping to tie the game.
That run right there gets him over 600 yards on the season. He averages 102 on the ground per game, right around that number as we speak. Play action on 2nd down. Throws left side of the field and off the hands, incomplete. That'll set up a 3rd down and 5 inside the 20. You're at the 19, Charlie. I'm thinking 4-down territory here.
Certainly. 3rd and medium. You're knocking on the door of the red zone. Maybe you're on that 19-yard line. So, yeah, definitely 4-down territory. I would like a run here.
That delayed draw to Smith seemed to work there on the last 3rd down and short that they had. We'll see if they call that one back up with an extra lineman in, tight end up front. That is number 87, Ben Klein. He's got 1 catch on this drive. You see him there to the left side. 3 wide receivers set. Fakes one way. Left side throws, and it looks like a little bit of a miscommunication, and it falls incomplete between 2 Rose-Hulman receivers, and a 4th and 5 with 19 yards out to go. And it looks like they're going to opt in for the points here and try to make this a 5-point game.
Now, this is not a easy kick.
Yeah, this will be a 34-yard attempt. Kyle Rayberg, he's already drilled one from 33. This one from 37. Good snap. Plenty of distance, and this one is good. And he puts it right through. So he drills home, does Kyle Rayberg, his 2nd field goal of the afternoon, and that cuts the lead to an 18-13 contest. We got plenty of sports for you right here, including volleyball as Rose-Hulman coming up right after us right here on RHIT.TV. Takes on Mount St. Joseph's, the building right next to us. And then we've got some soccer for you as well on Wednesday as Anderson comes to town. The women Fighting Engineers take on Anderson in a soccer battle on Wednesday night. And then next Saturday, volleyball right here on campus as Earlham comes to town to take on Rose-Hulman. RHIT.TV. Don't forget to follow us on our social media channels for all the upcoming schedule for sports as we get ready to turn the clock on the fall season and get ready for the coming up winter season, which includes some great basketball, both men's and women's here from Rose-Hulman. So you like the drive there. Ends in 3 points. You get points. They did it both via the air and through the rush game as well.
I'm impressed with Defiance. They watched Rose-Hulman drive down the field, able to get a stop on 3rd down, force a field goal. Great stuff.
So another pudge kick here, fielded at the 30. And that's where Defiance will start at the 31. So we've seen that strategy a few times here on their kickoffs. You got a nice boot there. I don't know why you're not kicking it deep.
I don't know how I feel about that.
You're giving at least 15, if not more, yards each time to Defiance, who will start this drive from the 31-yard line. Plenty of time in this one. 8:42 to go, 3rd quarter. Defiance on their 2nd drive of this 2nd half. They scored 6 on the opening drive. Failed the 2-point conversion. Handoff here goes for nothing, and a great job there by Rose-Hulman, and the defensive push sets up a loss of 2. Ethan Swanner, the 5th-year senior out of Texas, with the tackle.
Yeah, the defensive line's had enough for that rushing attack. And they're probably sitting on a run on 1st and 10, too.
So no gain, 2nd and 10. Ball marked on the 32-yard line. Man in motion. Warren fakes the handoff, keeps it itself, rolls out right side. He's hit, tries to stay on his feet, and it's a great defensive push there and a sack for Rose-Hulman for a loss of 7.
All right. Yeah, we saw some, I don't want to say lazy football, just a little complacent in the second quarter from Rose-Hulman, it has been a different story to start the third quarter. Their defense is ready.
Big tackle, big sack there by Marshall Cook. That is his second big tackle of this contest. And it sets up a 3rd and 15, the ball marked at the 27-yard line. As we talk about momentum-shifting plays, they couldn't get off the field on the last possession on 3rd down. This would be huge for the Fighting Engineers to get off the field here on 3rd down. Play action pass, out of shotgun, rolls to the left, plenty of room, lowers the shoulder. He's hit at the 35-yard line, and that'll force a punt, and Warren stays down after the hit.
Yeah, as a quarterback, I mean, he's so versatile with his feet, but you don't want to see your starting quarterback lower your shoulder into 2 defenders when you're 6 yards behind the first down marker.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where you want your player to keep playing and try to get that first down, and you don't want to take that away from them, but the initial hit leading with the shoulder kind of knocks your momentum backwards. Looks like he's walking off on his own, favoring that right side, so we'll see. But a great job there on a hold by Rose-Hulman's defense to force the punt.
Yeah, Rose-Hulman, their offense, they probably wanted a touchdown on that last drive, try and tie the game, but they walked away with 3 points, and now their defense did the offense as solid, forcing a 3-and-out.
And we talk about just being well-rested and having offensively both teams go on a long drive to help out their defense. That last Rose-Hulman scoring drive went for 304, so the defense got a good rest. They come up with the stop. Here's the punt. Boot is fielded at the 31-yard line. Shimmies out of 1 tackle and gets back to the 40-yard line, so it's a pretty good field position here after that return by Daniel Hurry, and it'll be from the 41-yard line where Rose-Hulman will start their second possession here in the second half.
Now this is a very big possession. Rose-Hulman can kind of take control of this game if they walk down the field, score a touchdown in front of the home crowd, kind of entering into that fourth quarter, or Defiance can make another stand and continue what they've been doing all game, is not breaking.
See what Coach Sokol dials up here on 1st and 10, but a nice shot downfield to try to open it up and keep Defiance's defense on their heels. They'll hand it off to Jay Smith. Shimmies out of 1, tries to get the edge. He's tackled forward to the 45-yard line for a pickup of 3 as we near the halfway mark of this third quarter. You don't want to look too far ahead, but certainly if Rose-Hulman could find the end zone, you'd go for 2 to make this a 3-point game. Out of shotgun, another handoff to Smith. He's met in the backfield immediately, and he is pushed back to the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be a 3rd down and 10 coming up quickly here for the Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers.
I heard some of the crowd, and I think I saw it too. That could have been a face mask. Now, I didn't see it clearly, but maybe another missed opportunity for some free yards for the Fighting Engineers.
So let's see what they dial up here on 3rd and 10, halfway mark of the third quarter.
Oh, that's a free play.
Yep. Throws cross the middle, off the hands, deflected. And I don't know, do we see I don't see a flag. No flag. Had his man.
Wow.
Ball falls incomplete, so it's 6 minutes to go.
Just a dropped pass, had plenty of space. Wasn't a defender within 3 yards of him, and man, just a missed opportunity for Rose-Hulman. It's been that type of game.
No, it certainly has. And Toller will look to flip this field position. He's averaging 49 yards on his 4 punts today. This one booted at the 32. It's a wobbler. It'll take a bounce and a roll. Can they stop it? Oh, let's see the call. And they're going to call him down at the 1-yard line. Woo! What a punt by Toller. He's one of the best in school history. And that one was pinned at the 1. And you're not, on any level of football, Charlie, you're not going to see a better punt and a better down as what we just saw there, keeping the football at the 1-yard line.
And we talked about coming out of the break, what's it going to take to win this game? And it's going to take weird special teams plays like this to set your defense up in prime position. For now, you can be aggressive. That defensive line is going to be expecting a run.
We'll mark that punt down as maybe a game-changing play.
Wow, inside the 1.
We'll see what happens here.
Incredible.
They'll come out of shotgun with the backup quarterback. Excuse me, no. Warren stays in. Jelani Warren stays in under center, pushes it forward. And it's just a matter of the big uglies now, and it looks like he'll have plenty of positive yardage to get him to about the 4-yard line. So it actually turns out to be a pickup of 3 on first down, 2nd and 7, but out of the wash yet here with you're still in the shadows of your own end zone.
Yeah. And special teams made this all possible. I mean, forcing a quarterback sneak on your own 1-yard line on first down.
So Warren in the backfield.
Little more breathing room.
Yep, Cooper Sloan in the backfield with him. Haven't called Sloan's name much. He play action rollout left side in the end zone. Looks, fires, incomplete. 3rd down and 7 coming up. Great job there to force the incompletion for Rose-Hulman. They're going to need one more stop here on this 3rd down.
Great coverage on play action, especially rolling out to his right where he's so dangerous. He can move it with his legs, but Rose-Hulman had every aspect covered.
Do you go to the ground here to try to give yourself a little bit more insurance in case you don't get that 7 yards, at least gain a couple more so you're not punting out of your end zone? Or do you go back to the pass game?
I think you'd be aggressive, try to go for the first down.
One-on-one coverage inside of your screen with Sean Palmer. Handoff, left side, maybe stumbles forward to the 5-yard line to pick up 1, so it'll be a 4th down and 6. And I think with nothing to lose here, if you're Rose-Hulman, you're bringing the house on this block.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough punt. In your own end zone, not as much space as you would like. You got to catch the ball, take one step, and get that ball out of there.
Hirian Silva back deep. Now Silva comes off for an extra defender on the line to go for the block, so Silva's by himself at the 50. There's going to be a push here from Rose-Hulman. Here we go. Ball is kicked, booted. It's going to be a low spiraling kick. Bounces at the 42. Fielded at the 45. Gets past the 40. Cuts inside of the 30 to the 25-yard line. And Silva picks it up on a scoop and takes it inside the 25-yard line. So we talk about that punt, which pinned him deep at the 1. Talk about a flipping of the field position. This possession for Rose-Hulman with 4:20 to go in the 3rd quarter is going to start inside the 30-yard line at the 26.
Yeah, just talk about some incredible special teams. A great punt return, and then that punt to force a 3-and-out at the 1-yard line was just incredible.
We have a legal formation on the kicking team. 5 men in the backfield. 5 yards will be added to the end of the
Yep. So they brought their prevent specialists to not have that kick blocked, but they had one too many in the backfield. It's a 5-yard penalty, so move that to the 21-yard line. I think will be the official line of scrimmage. The 18-yard line.
Talk about great field position for a drive.
So starting this possession inside of the red zone at the 20-yard line. See if they maybe take a shot here on first down. Might only be 10 players out there for Defiance defensively. And a pickup of 2 for Smith.
I think you're right.
Yeah, 2.
I counted 10.
Yeah, 2 came in and 1 came out, so they kind of got away with it there. On the first down run, a pickup of 3, under 4 minutes to play, 3rd quarter, 2nd and 7. Rose-Hulman looking to take the lead back. They led by 10 before giving up 18 in a row. They answered with a field goal on their last drive. It's 18-13. Defiance has a touchdown in this quarter. Rose-Hulman has a field goal. 3rd and 5. Ball on the 13. You're certainly thinking 6 here if you're Rose-Hulman.
Oh, yeah. And that field goal allows Rose-Hulman to have some breathing room. Don't have to go for 2 if you score a touchdown.
Well, that was incomplete, but pass interference comes in late. I think you will go for 2. No difference between being up 2 as opposed to 3. A field goal would tie it. So I would imagine if Rose-Hulman finds the end zone, which after this penalty they'll be much closer, and That's probably the first time, when it could have been called 3 or 4 times, we have a pass interference call on Defiance's defense.
Automatic first down.
So 1st and goal from the 8. We have a timeout charged to Defiance, and we'll take it with them. Inside the red zone is the Fighting Engineers when we come back on RHIT.TV.
An active athlete looking for enhanced performance, comfort, and recovery? Then Skins is the perfect choice for you. Our revolutionary sports compression product provides better oxygen flow in your muscles, helps reduce fatigue and pain from intense physical activity, allowing athletes to push their boundaries and perform better.
Skins helps keep everything, including you, on track.
So don't wait any longer. Get your Skins now and experience unbeatable performance.
Take your game to the next level with Skins.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
You sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
So big time inside of the 10-yard line here. 1st and goal, 3:13 remaining. Rose-Hulman looking to take the lead back. Quick slant route thrown over. The throw is overthrown. It is intercepted in the end zone. They go for the slant route. The ball was slightly overthrown, and it is picked off in the end zone.
Deshaun Palmer.
He's been doing it all. He's got a couple catches offensively, comes up with the interception there. And disaster for the Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers.
And such an athletic play because he knew the slant was there. He saw it develop, and he saw it right out of the quarterback's hands. It went a little to the left. Instead of trying to break up the pass being caught, he just went straight for the ball, diving to his left. Great anticipation. And that is a red zone turnover for Rose-Hulman.
So the Fighting Engineers defense now called on to come up with yet another stop. Man in motion. Handoff out of the backfield. Has a lead blocker. Gets past the line of scrimmage and picks up 1 on the 1st down run. But to go back to that interception, you're thinking end zone. You're thinking take the lead. You're coming out of a timeout. And you throw the interception. Not out of it yet. Plenty of time to go in this one with under 3 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. But once again, you're going to rely on your defense that has been pretty much bend but don't break, has been decent, but they're going to need to get the football back.
Yeah, and, you know, Rose-Hulman could still very well force a punt, and they could still get this in good field position. But, man, you could have taken the lead to kind of close out the 3rd quarter. Very unfortunate. A missed opportunity.
2nd and 8. Under pressure, throws it across the middle, caught at the 35-yard line. And forward to the 41. So the pass there, Taiwan Rome with the catch. Defensively, Rome for Rose-Hulman with the tackle, but it's a 1st down, and they'll move the sticks.
Looks like just threw it behind the zone, behind those middle linebackers. Good throw.
So 1st and 10, ball on the 39. Under 2 to play, 3rd quarter. Warren to the air again, keeps it. He's going to be hit. He's going to go down in the backfield at the 34-yard line. So a loss of 5, 2nd down and 15 coming up.
That was Marshall Coach on the sack.
Yeah, Cook, another big tackle. He's got the sack. He had the touchdown-saving tackle as well in that 1st quarter. The Wisconsin native, the junior. He's been stepping up minutes ago, 3rd quarter, 2nd and 15. Pitch out right side, and a nice tackle in the backfield as well. And they're going to say that he wasn't quite down. And staying on his feet and moving forward an extra 2 yards. It'll set up a 3rd down and 13. They will have to snap the football before the end of this third quarter with 40 seconds to go on the play clock, on the game clock, 27 to go on the play clock.
And we're seeing a really impressive defense from Rose-Hulman in this second half. They're stifling Defiance really at every play. It's a 3rd and long.
So 3rd and 13 from the 36. We'll have to get to the 49. Shotgun snap, 3-step drop, rolls left side, big block in the backfield. Tries to get past, gets to the line of scrimmage, but he's going to be stopped at the 40-yard line. And it'll be a 4th down and 9 to start the fourth quarter as Rose-Hulman's defense comes up with a big stop. They'll get the football back to start the fourth right here on RHIT.TV.
We're doing things so quickly. A lot of times we know that we need help. So our professors all know us by name.
Basically, everybody knows everybody here.
That one-on-one personal connection you're getting with the faculty, you don't get that a lot of places.
We are not just saying, here, go do this hard project. We are right there with them. We work with them.
The faculty are there for you.
Oh, I've been supposed to be saying all these? And we're back here from RHIT.TV, a big 3rd down stop. And on 4th and 9, they will be forced to punt the football. Today's Rose-Hulman football game is presented by Old National Bank. Old National Bank is your bank for life. Tony Donahue, Charlie Heros with you. The defense here, which we didn't think we would talk about, both teams giving up 39 and 36, comes up with some major stops here, and Rose-Hulman will have the football to start the fourth quarter.
I was expecting to walk into this game and see a shootout, touchdown after touchdown, but really, you're right. The story has been the defense, and especially here in this third quarter, Rose-Hulman's defense is responding time and time again, even after some turnovers for their offense. It's been impressive to see them stay in this game.
Silva goes back deep. He'll fill this one at the 25. Good snap. Punt booted at the 30. Wobbler off the right side of his foot. It's going to go out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. Turner's Coach is the official motor coach travel provider of the Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers. Plan your next excursion by visiting travelturner.com today. 3 points on a drive in the third quarter with the football here. They've been spread out a little bit, has Rose-Hulman's offense, but you've got to get more on 1st and 2nd downs. 1 and 2 yards by Smith is not going to continue to move your sticks. It puts you kind of behind on 3rd down.
You can't keep getting into these 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 situations. You're going to have to be more aggressive on these early downs. You're right.
And they'll hand it off Smith, and he'll pick up 2. Right on cue. Chick-fil-A is a proud sponsor of Rose-Hulman's athletic department. Visit the concession stand and get your chicken sandwich for the game, just like our boy Jerry Collins did. So 2nd and 8, ball on the 30. 3 wide receivers stacked to the left. Fake handoff, screen pass, dropped. Wow. It was dropped.
I've seen that a lot from Rick Easterwood today. There's been several screen passes that could go for several yards if he gets the receiver in stride. So many times it's been thrown at their feet, at their knees. It's hard to catch and move on the run. So you got to clean that up on those screen passes and let your receiver get out in space.
So a 3rd down and 8.
Not ideal.
3 wide set to the top. One-on-one coverage, bottom of your screen. Throw, caught, 40-yard line, 1st down. Breaks out of another tackle. He's off to the races, and is going to be drugged down from behind at the 45. So a nice pitch and catch there on 3rd and 8. And the Yak yards after catch. Big time there for Rose-Hulman. And it's Brandon Green coming up with his first catch of the afternoon. Couldn't be any bigger on 3rd down.
A big-time play well into defensive territory. And, man, those yards after catch were impressive.
So 1st down. They'll run it again. Smith tackled, line of scrimmage, no more. Maybe give him 1. Hey, fans, the Rose-Hulman Varsity Art Club financially supports current and future student athletes and recreational activities. To become a Varsity R Patron today, please visit the Varsity R Club page on the Rose-Hulman Athletics website or scan the QR code on the video board. Become a patron today. That's something else on my mind. Second down, 8. Ball in the 33. Pump fake, right side.
Nice
Second
onslaught.
read. Caught at the 30. Past the 35, past the 25-yard line. And he got a nice pitch and catch there on his second read. Enough for the first down. Impressive drive going here for Rose-Hulman.
How about Rick Easterwood? Kind of a sidearm throw outside the hands of the outside linebacker. Another first down.
Quick screen pass here in the backfield. Leads him, spins. He's hit hard, but a pickup of 1.
I'm impressed how Defiance, they've defended the flat pretty well today. Every time there's an outside run or a throw into that area, it's cleaned up pretty quickly.
Second and 9, ball on the 21. The second drive of this early fourth quarter inside of the red zone for Rose-Hulman. Officially into the red zone now with that run to the 18-yard line. 3rd and 6 coming up. Are you thinking 4-down territory?
I 100% am. You don't know if obviously you'll get the football again, but it takes a lot to get back into this field position. I think you have to go for it.
So 3rd and 7, ball on the 19.
And they always look to the sideline. I wonder if they're changing the play at the line of scrimmage. I can't tell.
Play action, under pressure, pump fakes, throws. I think he might have been hit as he threw it, as Easterwood was incomplete, might have been hit in the backfield. So a 4th and 7 on the 19. 11:48, and they're going to elect to go ahead and attempt this field goal. So this will be now a 36-yarder.
And the kicker's been nails today.
Yeah, he's hit from 36 and 33. This will be another one from the 36.
Straight away, too. Not on an angle.
Reberg's been good this year. As you mentioned, straight dead on. Low snap. Ball is up, booted, and this one is true again. Reberg 3-4-3 cuts this to a 2-point deficit. Exciting fourth quarter coming up. 11:42 to go on RHIT.TV.
A good engineer, a good mathematician, a good scientist can identify problems.
But in order to be a great scientist or engineer, you've got to have curiosity and you've got to have creativity, and that's what's going to set you apart.
You can't teach curiosity. You just need to encourage your students to be curious. Curious in anything that they do. Curious so that it brings out the innovations, the new ideas.
Run, Rudolph. Santa's got to make it to town.
As they host the Anderson Ravens at 1:30 for Senior Day.
The Anderson Ravens. Welcome to Paradise. I haven't heard much from the band. I've heard like 2 band songs.
Now let's get the
Let's
band,
get the band going.
Let's get it going, man.
We're back here on RHIT.TV. A 2-point deficit. Defiance with an 18-16 lead. Charlie Rose-Hulman has had to settle for 2 field goals inside the 20 the last 2 times. Here is the ensuing kickoff taken to the 39-yard line. But you would love to have 6, but these 2 field goals have kept them in this contest. They only trail by 2. The last 2 times they've relied on their defense to get the football back. They've been able to do it.
Yeah, despite Rose-Hulman still trailing, it feels like it's time for Defiance to respond. It's up to them now. Their offense has been pretty stagnant this second half. And Rose-Hulman's defense has kind of had their number, especially in that third quarter.
So here we go, out of shotgun. Warren takes the snap, hands it off in the backfield, and a great pursuit there defensively for Rose-Hulman. That is number 99, Gavin Gross, the freshman out of Texas.
And those aren't the plays. Those aren't winning plays. You need to find the ball to your playmakers.
But there has been winning plays here defensively for Rose-Hulman on the last three series to get stops.
This is very true.
And it hasn't just been third or second and shorts. It's been loss of yardage offensively for Defiance. We saw it there in a loss of 4.
There's been a lot of tackles for losses on first down.
Pitch out left side, kind of deflected, hauls it in to the 40 for a short gain there by Thomas, their lead rusher. And we'll see here on a 3rd and 8. They'll go quickly. Got to get to the 48. Football on the 40. This would be a huge stop for Rose-Hulman to get the football back with plenty of time. 10:31 to go.
Defiance not playing with a lot of rhythm on offense right now.
10 on the play clock, taking their time here. Rose-Hulman showing blitz. Man in motion. Quarterback keeper. Reverse. Squeaks out of one tackle. Here comes the Fighting Engineers for a tackle for loss on 3rd down and 8. And that will force a Defiance punt for the 3rd straight possession.
Talk about a defensive clinic in the second half. This defensive front 7 has been lights. I don't know.
So here he will go back for the return here. It's been lights out. I mean, they've been in the backfield. Antonio Barnes right there with the huge tackle, his 4th of the afternoon. And Rose-Hulman will look to see if they get a good return like they did in the last time. Spiral kick, fielded, 25. Pushes them back to the 20 and gets to the 30-yard line, and that's where Rose-Hulman will take over. All right, plenty of time here, Charlie. 9:21 as we see this great defensive push here by the Fighting Engineers. 9:21. Don't need to do anything crazy, but you certainly want to get yourself down and bare minimum get a field goal here like you've done in your last 2 possessions.
Yeah, if I'm Rose-Hulman, I'm not complicating anything right now. We're playing our brand of football. You know, we're going to run it to Smith. We're going to keep taking time off the clock. We're not going to be rushed. Play a relaxed brand of football. Play at your pace, too.
Look for Brandon Green here, fifth year senior. Quick pass, right side, caught. Marvin Harrison style dive to the 38-yard line. 2nd down and 2 coming up.
And we talked about their last drive being more aggressive on the early downs instead of a 2-yard rush. We see it right there, an 8-yard pass.
Heary with the pickup. Now a handoff to Smith. He stopped right at the sticks. They'll mark him just short. A 3rd down and 1 here for Rose-Hulman.
And if I'm Rose-Hulman, I'm going to try and just nickel and dime this down the field. No need to be over-aggressive.
So Heary with his 7th catch. He's over 40 yards on the afternoon. 3rd and 1 from the 38. Rose-Hulman, handoff. Smith keeps the legs churning. Falls forward for a pickup of 2. He needed 1. 1st down and 10. Move the chains for the Fighting Engineers.
A huge 1st down. Inching towards midfield. And Rose-Hulman might take as much time as they want to on this drive. You need positive yards on every play, no, obviously, but...
So they'll hand it off to Smith again. Gets past the 40. Pickup of about 4 there to the 44-yard line.
Okay.
2nd down and 6. Yeah, just keep chunking away. It seems like it's what they're content to do. Clock runs under 8 minutes.
If you kick a field goal, that's okay if you leave a minute and a half on the clock.
Yeah, plenty of time to go here. Man in motion. They're going to go to the air. He's got a man deep, wide open. He's drilled, but he holds on to it for the 1st down. What a pitch. An even better catch there for none other than Colton Nanko. 1st down, Fighting Engineers.
He's had a couple of big-time plays today, and he comes up huge.
Nanko has a touchdown. That's his 5th catch. Smith takes the handoff, shimmy shake right side, He's met by 4 or 5 Yellow Jackets. The Hive pushes him back there to the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him a pickup of 1. But wide open, off of the jump, Nanko, slightly underthrown football, but it is caught nonetheless for a first down, and a great play call there, and even takes the collision in stride and holds on to the football.
Man, that takes a lot of guts, knowing that a hit's coming your way.
So we have an injury on the play. Today's Rose-Hulman football game is presented by Old National Bank. Old National Bank is your bank for life. Tony Donahue with you. Charlie Harris, Savannah, Jerry, and David as we get ready for the upcoming schedule. Rose-Hulman volleyball comes up after this here on RHIT.TV. The passing game has gotten going here in the fourth quarter for Rose-Hulman.
Yeah, Rose-Hulman has looked a lot more smooth here in the fourth quarter. They understand the stakes. I mean, they've been stifled early in the first half. They haven't played the best brand of football coming out of halftime even, and now in the fourth quarter they've got a couple field goals. I think not only head coach Sokol, but Rick, the quarterback, understands, hey, it's time to put this ball in the end zone. No more games. Let's do this thing.
Easterwood is 17 of 31. He has an interception at the goal line for 186 yards. We want to thank again Rose-Hulman for having us here. Always a great time here in Terre Haute. Beautiful weather, beautiful facilities here on the campus of Rose-Hulman. So a 2nd and 7. Clock ticks under 7 minutes. Play action. Left side. Quick route, caught, tries to run away from the defender, gets the 20-yard line. It's enough for the first down. So into the red zone once again goes Rose-Hulman. This broadcast is brought to you by Rose-Hulman. For our audience,
no huddle offense.
Here we go, quick screen pass. We'll get back to that disclaimer right after this. Out of the backfield, Smith has it. He's down on the 5-yard line. So you got to like that play call there. Now you can go a little bit conservative. Maybe run a little bit more clock. Defiance only has 2 timeouts after calling that timeout in the third quarter. And we see here with 6 minutes to go, no need to be in a hurry here if you're Rose-Hulman.
No need to be in a hurry. I think you're right. Run the ball on this play. Get it down to maybe around the 4-minute mark if you can.
5:48 to go. Alone in the backfield is Smith. He'll take the snap, runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Engineers. They take the lead right back. The defense leading to offense. That's 12 straight points for Rose-Hulman. They take the advantage by 4 with 5:41 to go.
And they really should have a 2-score lead if it weren't for that interception in the red zone. But what a job by Rick Easterwood, able to, after throwing an interception in the red zone when you're trailing, to respond and finally punch it in late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'll go for 2 here, I would imagine. You're up 4, no difference between up 4 or up 5. But if you do convert the 2-point conversion, you go up 6. And we've seen the kicking woes for the special teams for Defiance. So you certainly go for 2 points here.
Still yet to make an extra point.
Out of shotgun comes Easterwood. He has it. Under pressure, quick right side screen, underhand. It was a sidearm pass, falls incomplete. They'll rely on their defense once more. Rose-Hulman with a 4-point lead, 5:41 to go on RHIT.TV.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
12 straight for Rose-Hulman. They lead it here on RHIT.TV, 22-18. We're going to look at some great replays here coming up of how they took the lead. It was 18-10 earlier in the third quarter, but 12 straight for Rose-Hulman. They take a 4-point advantage. They'll kick it off here with 5:41 to go here on RHIT.TV. Don't forget, volleyball comes up right after the conclusion of this one. as Rose-Hulman, and we've talked about this, we thought this would be a shootout. It hasn't been. Both defenses have stepped up. But certainly in the second half, after giving up a quick touchdown to start the third quarter, Rose-Hulman's defense has gotten off the field 3 times without giving up points.
It's been the defense of Rose-Hulman that's allowed them to take the lead in this game. They haven't allowed anything from Jelani Warren and this Defiance offense here in the second half. It's been really impressive to see not only the tackles for loss, but just possession after possession. The Engineers defense just is able to stifle Defiance this entire half. And it's worked out as they have a 4-point lead late in this fourth.
Ball fielded at the 5-yard line on the best kickoff we've seen this afternoon, and they'll start inside the 19. So a couple things to look at as we look at this replay of the touchdown score untouched to the end zone. A couple things that we're looking at here. It's a 4-point game. Defiance will have to score a touchdown. You mentioned, there's a great point. Would those missed extra points come back to haunt them? Certainly they are right now, down by 4.
Yep.
Coming right into your living room right here on RHIT.TV. Great job, David, there.
Great shot. And he would have scored that touchdown if it was two-hand touch. Walked right into the end zone.
So here we go. 5:35 to go. Can Rose-Hulman's defense get off the field? Bobbling the snap. Going to the right side, hit at the 20, and a pickup of 3 yards here.
It's a hard hit.
As Warren bobbled the snap, kind of misdirected the timing, and he picks up 3.
And at halftime, Warren had 47 rushing yards. They have not allowed him to escape the pocket here in this second half.
Yeah, they've done a much better job here of keeping him inside the box, not allowing any explosive plays downfield via the air or on the ground. He'll keep it on the rollout pass, throws out left side, caught at the 30, enough for the first down, breaks out of a couple tackles, gets past midfield to the 45, and a screen play there goes for 28 yards.
About nearly a 30-yard gain. And that's the big playability Defiance has been waiting for this quarter. They had it in the first half, but some adjustments were made by Rose-Hulman. Let's see if they can finish the job.
So quick pass right side, caught at the 40, pushed out of bounds at the 35-yard line. And making the catch there, Davion Williams.
Yeah, the secondary of Rose-Hulman needs to be ready. It's no surprise they're going to be passing the ball. It's not going to be a ground and pound type of play style late in the fourth. They're throwing the football. The DBs have to be ready. They're driving right down the field. And on second and short, you can afford for another big pass.
Under 4 minutes to play in the fourth. Handoff, backfield. Plenty of room. First down, breaks out of a tackle. Ball is loose. Defiance lands on it, but we're going to have a penalty back here at the 35-yard line. So a break there for Rose-Hulman. This football will be coming back.
It's now the third time that Rose-Hulman has almost recovered a fumble.
Holding. Offense, number 8. 10 yards from the starting foul.
That'll bring it back after the big gain, which would have been enough for the first down.
So if Rose-Hulman were to jump on that fumble, they could have declined the holding penalty, right? They wouldn't have had to replay that down.
Yeah, no. If Rose-Hulman would have recovered that football, it would have been.
Man, so this thing gets backed up back to the 45 again. Time is getting scarce. Still 2 timeouts, 3.5 minutes. For this drive, there's plenty of time.
Back to the 45, 3:32 to go. The clock starting to become a factor here, Charlie. You need 45 yards in the end zone. Out of shotgun, under pressure, squeezes out of it, looks downfield and bounces it off the turf. So it'll be a 3rd down and 10 from the 45-yard line.
A great job seeing the blitz, climbing up in the pocket, and escaping the pass rush. That was impressive. He should have set his feet, though. I know he's on the run trying to make a play, but he underthrew him. That could have been a first down in a dire situation now at 3rd and 10. Without a doubt, 4-down territory.
Out of shotgun, man in motion. Warren steps up. He's under pressure. Squeaks out of one tackle. Throws to the left side. It's bounced. That's out of bounds. That was a backwards throw. And the quarterback, Warren, stays down. Did a good job of just getting rid of that thing. And he is down right at the midfield area, right around the 45-yard line. So he did a nice job of getting rid of it. It was a backwards pass, so it was a live ball. They marked it at the 43. We have an injury timeout on the field. So it was recovered by the offense. It'll be a 4th down and 12 coming up. But thinking right now of their quarterback, Jelani Warren, who is down for the 2nd time in this contest, and he is staying down. He got hit trying to get that football, and it looks like it's his right hip, the one that he was favoring when he walked off the field in the 2nd quarter. So with 3:08 to go, Rose-Hulman's defense really one stop away here on about 4th and 13 from sealing this one.
Yeah, I can't stress enough how impressive this defense has been for Rose-Hulman. They have responded time and time again. They've kept Rose-Hulman in this game, even when their offense is turning the ball over, punting the ball. The defense has been the real MVP here today, as we're seeing Jelani Warren get helped off the field.
We'll have some post-game stats for you coming up. You think back to that punt that pinned that pinned Defiance at the 1-yard line. They flipped the field position, had a nice return that led to a field goal, got the football back, led to another field goal, and then the touchdown that we just saw to make this a 4-point game. And Rose-Hulman in this back-and-forth contest with 3:02 to go and counting. One defensive stop here on 4th and 22 away. Prevent defense.
The backup quarterback.
Backup quarterback, Cole, throws it across the middle. It's caught! It is caught for a 1st down.
Whoa!
That is a back-breaker. The backup quarterback.
Talk about showing up when your number is called. What a big-time play. 4th and 22, steps up and makes a strong throw right into the hands.
We'll go to the air again, throws it deep. This dude's got a cannon, and it is incomplete. But what an impressive 4th and 22 pickup. And this is the senior. He's listed as a kicker. Zeke Sanchez out of Warren Central High School. He's listed as their kicker.
Oh, he looks like a kicker.
And this dude's throwing darts.
Yeah. Must have played some quarterback in high school or maybe even for Defiance a couple times. But, man, on 4th and 22, the game on the line, and you convert a 1st down, a 30-yard gain. Unreal.
Not out of the woods yet. 2:20 to go. 2 timeouts for Defiance. 2nd and 10. Sanchez tries to squeeze out of it. He can't. He's going to be sacked for a loss. And a great job there in a defensive pursuit. None other than Marshall Cook with the sack.
And as this game progresses, we've seen the Rose-Hulman pass rush get to the quarterback more and more.
So we're going to keep those 2 timeouts. We've reached the 2-minute timeout here from Rose-Hulman. We have an exciting finish for you. The Fighting Engineers holding on to the lead with 2 minutes to go on RHIT.TV.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
Two minutes to go. 22-18 Rose-Hulman. But the story here for Defiance, their backup quarterback, Zeke Sanchez, comes in off the bench, 4th and 22, converts it But a 3rd and 13 coming up as Rose-Hulman's defense is 2 stops away from picking up their 2nd victory of the year.
Yeah, you talked about it. Winning plays from the defense, and that pass rush has made winning plays like that sack on 2nd down.
Franklin beats Manchester 49-0. So from the 30-yard line, 3rd and 13, Sanchez, 2-step drop, steps up. He's got a receiver in front of him, flips it forward to the 20, pushed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. It is going to be close to the sticks. Will they move it forward, or will it? It will. It'll be a first down, minute 51 to go. This broadcast is copyrighted by the HCAC and Rose-Hulman for the exclusive use of our audience. Any reproduction is prohibited.
3rd and 13, 4th and 22. It doesn't matter. Let's see if he can finish the job.
Let's go, Jerry. Handoff delayed. Thomas gets it down to about the 9-yard line. So Thomas with the run.
And this clock is tick, 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 tick.
And if you're Rose-Hulman, I think if this gets to a 3rd or a 4th down, you might want to consider taking your timeouts to leave yourself a little bit of clock. But nonetheless, you're thinking if we stop them here, we win the football game. Another delayed handoff. Quarterback keeper. And he's going to be stopped for a loss of 1. The 10-yard line, 3rd and 4. And I think Defiance will take a timeout to think about this 3rd and 4.
I don't like that play call. A quarterback keeper with the backup in the red zone. Nah, I don't like that play.
And you're asking your quarterback who probably doesn't have the chemistry and the timing down. And we saw it there. The hesitation to pull it back cost them a step or two. So Rose-Hulman, the Fighting Engineers, 2 plays away from pulling off the comeback victory. They led in this game early on. They got out to a 10-0 advantage, scoring 10 unanswered to start the 2nd quarter. And then it was 18 unanswered points for Defiance to go up 18-10. Rose-Hulman has scored now 11 straight. It was 18-13. Then it was 18-16. Now it's 22-18. Excuse me, 9 straight points. Math was never my specialty. 9 straight points.
Same.
So here we go. Backup quarterback still in there, Sanchez. He has it. Hands it off. Thomas gets around to the end zone, dives forward. He's going to be stopped. It's enough for a first down, though. And I think if you're Rose-Hulman, you might want to consider taking your time out. They'll go quickly here. And if I'm Defiance, I'm taking my time.
Yeah, they will. They will call it.
Let's see who called the timeout. If I'm Rose-Hulman, I have to think about taking my timeouts.
Timeout. Rose-Hulman.
And they will.
If you're Defiance, would you rather have scored on that play, or are you okay with being at the 1-yard line still needing to punch it in?
So it depends on how you look at this. So as Rose-Hulman, you're asking yourself, can we stop them 1 yard out 4 straight times, which they've proven they haven't been able to do?
Yeah.
Or do you say, you know what, our best option is to unfortunately let them score. If they get the 2-point conversion, or excuse me, what are they going to do? Would they kick the field goal at the extra point, which they missed 2? Because a touchdown and the extra point makes it a field goal, ties it. If you go for 2 and don't get it, Rose-Hulman can march down and get a field goal to win it. I don't think if you're realistic, if you're Rose-Hulman, you can say we can stop them on the 1 yard line here 4 straight times, even with the backup quarterback in. I say you almost let them score here.
It's just a tough call if you're a head coach to say that.
It is. But you keep those 2 timeouts in your pocket and you turn it over to your offense. Knowing your field goal kicker is 3 for 3, you only got to get it down to about the 25-yard line. We'll see what they do here.
I like the reasoning. It looks like Wildcat formation.
Yep, Thomas has it in the backfield. He's going to run with it. Gets stuffed, pushes forward, and he's in. So, okay, 1:06 to go. Defiance takes the 24-22 lead. Now the big question. You're going to have to attempt something on the extra point, whether it's the field goal, which you missed 2 of them. We got a Rose-Hulman player down, hurt. Or do you go for 2?
We have an injury timeout.
What do you have a better percentage of, getting the 2-point conversion or banging in the extra point? I think you have a better opportunity to go for 2. And yeah, just here on the second effort, just bullies his way through bulldozer style and in for the score.
I think, honestly, you kicked the extra point. I mean, what are the odds you miss 3 in a row? Like,
the one looked good, it was called no good. The other one was blocked and hit off the post.
It is a tough situation because you go for 2 and you convert. Now all of a sudden they need a touchdown.
Well, here's what I'll say. If I'm a football coach for Defiance and I've got a kicker who's missed 2, I look at him, I say, we need this one to make it a 3-point game. I have confidence in you that you can boot it through, and I would send him out there to kick it.
Looks like that is exactly what they're doing. Let's see if third time's a charm.
We'll keep it here after the extra point. Big one here. Rose-Hulman shows blitz. Snap. Kick is good, but a flag is on the play. This may push it back.
Oh, boy.
Or is it? Yeah, it's a false start. Well, that one had the distance. So I think you just line up and you retry it. That one looked as clean as you can ask.
This spices things up a little bit. Maybe gets the nerves flaring up.
Now, and I'm going to say this. I've seen crazier things. Jerry's seen some of the highlights at the end of games that I've called. A blocked extra point here can be scooped up and taken back for 2.
I wouldn't count it out.
It's been a crazy enough game. Here comes the rush from Rose-Hulman. Kick down, and it is good. So he bangs, after missing 2 earlier, he bangs through 2 straight there to make it a 3-point game. Not out of it here if you're Rose-Hulman. 1:06 to go, 2 timeouts. You have to get in field goal range. Whatever you can get on this kickoff in positive yardage, you'll take as well.
Yeah, positive yards needs to be the focus on every single play. I don't think they'll run the ball. This is a dire situation, but 2 timeouts, you have a minute. All you need to do is get into field goal range. This is still a very real possibility of scoring the football.
Chick-fil-A sandwiches on Jerry if Rose-Hulman comes back and wins this one. Visit the concession stand. It's your next Rose-Hulman athletic contest. Yeah, looks like they're spread out here on the kick return. And if I'm Defiance, I'm telling my kicker, boot this thing as far as it'll go.
Yeah.
We haven't seen any touchbacks on either side on kickoffs. Oh, here we go. It's a squibber. Could have been fielded at the 30. It'll be picked up at the 15. Here we go. Got some blocks to the right side. He's got the edge to the 30. Cuts back. Shimmy shakes. Lowers it forward to the 45-yard line.
Wow.
So you'll take that. A great return there. And Eli Silva gives Rose-Hulman pretty good field position. You're at the 45.
Eli Silva's been doing that all game. He's had a lot of pretty solid returns.
You need 30 yards to get it to the 25-yard line, which would make it a 42-yard field goal attempt. I think your field goal target line would be that 25. You're at the 45.
It's crunch time.
30 yards, and you have 2 timeouts, so the entire field is open here for the Fighting Engineers, looking for their second victory of the season on a beautiful Saturday afternoon here on RHIT.TV. Delayed draw is Smith. Gets past the 50, picks up 10, and we're going to have a late flag, and it might have been illegal hands to the face, possibly a face mask. Easterwood handed it off to Smith. Smith had a burst out of the backfield, and the penalty will tack on another 10. It'll be a face mask.
Oh, boy. Penalties at the wrong time.
You needed 30. You get 20.
So now you're like, well, let's score a touchdown.
You have to. It goes from, okay, let's get in the field goal range. By the way, a 47-yarder from here. But now can you find the end zone? 52 seconds. Easterwood out of shotgun. 4 wide set. Smith in the backfield. 2-step drop screen pass. Smith catches it at the 45 to the 35. Passes the 25 to the 22. So now you are in field goal range, but we have a penalty marker down at the 28.
Oh, it looks like holding.
The officials will get together.
We'll see.
Holding. Offense number 13. 10-yard penalty from the spotting foul. Remains first down.
A killer penalty.
Remember, it's from the spot. The flag was thrown at the 29. So to push it back to the 39, it'll be a loss of 9. It'll be a first down and 19 for Rose-Hulman. Not out of the woods yet. Still plenty of time. 44 seconds. Clock winds. 20 on the play clock. Shotgun. Throw right side. Nice little out route there to get past the original line of scrimmage. Back to the 28.
And on a 2-minute drill, you want to find and go to the plays you like the best. The play your quarterback and your head coach likes the best. That's what you run in this situation.
The player you like the best right there, Colton Nanko, makes his 6th catch of the afternoon. 37 seconds. Drop across the middle. Caught wide open. Shimmy shake at the 15. He's got a block. It's a race to the end zone. He's pushed out of bounds at the 10, and he gets out of bounds with 28 seconds to go.
Just 2 crossing routes over the middle. He went with the more intermediate one.
Chase Wilkinson across the middle, spins out of it.
Yep.
I think you take 2 shots to the end zone here.
Still got 2 timeouts.
28 seconds, trailing by 3. Here comes the Fighting Engineers. Roll out. It'll be a delayed handoff. Smith's got room. He makes one man miss. Cuts back. Touchdown, Engineers. They take the lead with 22 seconds to go. What a play call there. Everybody's thinking they're going to throw the football. And Smith on a delayed draw makes 2. Defiance backers miss and into the end zone for the go-ahead score with 22 seconds remaining.
The delay draw does it every time because the quarterback moves to his right. The defense follows him. All of a sudden, here's Smith for a walk-in touchdown.
A back-and-forth fourth quarter has Rose-Hulman back on top, 29-25. Looking for their 13th straight victory over Defiance.
Never a doubt, right?
Coming right down to the wire. Still not out of the woods yet. 22 seconds. Defiance has 1 timeout remaining. They will need to find the end zone. We talked about, both teams giving up a lot of points, but give credit really tonight. Rose-Hulman's defense has kept them in this football game in the second half.
It's been the defense. It's been the pass rush. It's been physicality at the line of scrimmage, play after play in the second half. And it's plain and simple. That Rose-Hulman's defense has won them this game, and they need one more stand to finish the job.
So we're 22 seconds away from Chick-fil-A sandwiches on Jerry. 29-25. Again, we want to thank our awesome RHIT.TV sponsors, including Old National Bank and Chick-fil-A. It's been an awesome Hall of Fame weekend here at Rose-Hulman, and the Fighting Engineers 22 seconds away from capping it off with their 2nd victory of the season. Here's the boot. It's a squibber. It's fielded at the 38. He thought about letting it go, but probably the best return you were going to get right there is the down and at the 38. 1 timeout left for Defiance.
He's playing goalie there.
And really, I think the defensive message here is nothing behind you, nothing over the top.
Exactly. You can keep anything in front of you, anything in the middle of the field. Watch the boundaries and watch behind you.
Big shout out to Savannah and David doing a great job bringing you these awesome pictures here on RHIT.TV. Jerry, the quarterback of the operation, keeping us rolling. Tony and Charlie with you. 20 seconds to go. Backup quarterback Sanchez fires left side, caught 45-yard line, pick up a 4. They're going to need to call that timeout, and they haven't yet. They're going to go quickly. We're inside 9 seconds, so look to spike it. They do, and I think there you just lost 7 seconds. You needed to call that timeout.
I don't understand why you didn't call a timeout with 14 seconds.
Yeah, I'm pulling at least 5 guys back to stand here at the 10-yard line. You're going to need a Hail Mary here. And does Sanchez, the backup quarterback, who's really the third-string quarterback, does he have a 60-yard boot? Or will we see the old hook and ladder here and some trickeration? He'll step up in the pocket, fires left side, caught. They'll look for a ladder. He gets out of bounds, and that's it. Ball game. The Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers in the fourth quarter. Hold on.
Hold the phone.
Let's check it. Did he get out of bounds with 1 second? They're going to put 1 second on the clock. 1 second, folks.
It's like.
Oh, boy.
It's like
it was close. It was close.
Every play we watch is the most interesting possible ending.
So now that 60-yard Hail Mary with the football now on the 46-yard line comes about a 50-yard. Can you roll them out?
You're gonna
Can you throw it deep?
You need all the pass protection you can get on this play.
I think if you're Defiance, you're going, okay, who can throw the furthest? I don't care what position you play. Can you throw it far? And if I'm Rose-Hulman,
putting everybody.
I'm putting the fence up at about the 10-yard line.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really need maybe 2 guys on the line for a little bit of a rush. But I'm pulling everybody back. They're going to go 3 on the line here. Rose-Hulman will defensively. And sorry, Defiance, you don't need anybody in the backfield here as an extra blocker. You've got 5 on the line and 3 on the line for Rose-Hulman. So we shall see.
Could be the lateral game. We'll see.
Hard to tell who's in here at quarterback. It's a new quarterback. It's the guy who can throw it the furthest.
It's
Gets
Warren.
it off. It's got plenty of air. Up, batted, deflected, batted down, incomplete. Rose-Hulman with their second victory of the season in comeback fashion. The Fighting Engineers for the 13th straight time knock off Defiance 29-25. What a game, Charlie.
I haven't been a part of a broadcast of a game this good.
And in comeback style, Rose-Hulman behind defensive stops. And what an afternoon. Great pass there. Had plenty of distance. I think they did bring in one of their backup quarterbacks. That was Christian Booker. He threw it deep, had plenty of air underneath it. But a great job there by Rose-Hulman to bat it down and pick up the victory. Hey, we want to thank everybody here at Rose-Hulman for having us for this broadcast here on RHIT.TV. Our entire group here as well on site. Don't forget exciting volleyball action coming up right after this, right here on RHIT.TV. Let's thank some of our sponsors one more time. Reynolds Farm Equipment, Passion to Care, Boilermakers Local 374, Wheeler Mission, Burtner Electric, Morales Group, McKinley Wrights Financial, and the IndianaSRN Sports page. Charlie, what an afternoon. A beautiful way to cap off Hall of Fame weekend, and really what we talked about and didn't expect. Big-time defensive stops for Rose-Hulman.
Huge defensive stops in the second half. I think that's what won the game, was Rose-Hulman's defense staying strong that second half. It was a back-and-forth affair this entire game. Very, very exciting football, and I'm glad I could be a part of it.
Don't forget, right after this, the Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers volleyball squad underway here on RHIT.TV. For our entire crew here, I'm Tony Donahue saying so long from the Hall of Fame version of this year's football season as Rose-Hulman wins for a 13th straight time over Defiance. and a fourth quarter comeback with your final score 29-25. So long, everybody.